Welcome everybody for episode 42 of Aim Down Sights podcast. Grateful to be back. We had last week off. Nero and I were both away and didn't feel it fair just to leave Soul by himself. I mean, you would have done a fantastic job anyway, Soul, because you're just so good at interviewing people. So we should have just had Web Dave and you just doing a one-on-one. But this week we have the fabulous Web Dave from Gamers Council podcast with us. Thank you so much for joining us. Absolutely great to have you with us. We're going to do a bit of some round the room, sort of what have we been up to, but I'm going to start with our guest, Dave. Thank you again for being here. Love you so much. How have you been and what have you been up to?
Been good. Actually doing a lot of packing today, getting ready to hit a flight in the morning, going to a week of training in Pittsburgh. Luckily, it's the weather is actually pretty good, so I was surprised. I was expecting to go into like a snowstorm or something, but it's like it's going to be in 60s and 70s, so I'm like, all right, I can handle that. I can drive in that. So yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Lots of great gaming news. So many things to talk about tonight. I'm really excited to get into these topics you guys have brought up tonight, and of course to hang out with you guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. So thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for joining us. Has there anything you've been playing recently or watching?
Watching. I finally got a bootleg version of the Shin Ultraman. A big fan of that. Came out a few years ago, but it's only in Japanese, and there wasn't an English dub. And so I just I'm a big gotta have a dub kind of guy. So there was actually somebody who who kindly watched the movie all the way through with subtitles and read it, and then edited it back together with their voice, reading the lines, and surprisingly worked really good. So it's just a matter of I'm slightly dyslexic, so sometimes which I can read. Some people you can't read. Yeah, no, I can read. It's just but sometimes when it goes kind of fast, it's like you miss a lot of commentary, as it were, as to what's going on. So it's a lot easier that way. So that's why I like the Shin. Was it Godzilla a few years back, and it's also I got it on Blu-ray that had the English dub, so I was pretty excited about that. So there you go. That's as far as watching and playing. Gosh, a little bit of everything. A lot of Avowed. So I'm really liking that. It's really good. Got a lot more to go on it. Know where you're still kind of in the first area, so it's because it's like I don't really want to.
Dawnshore.
Yeah, I don't really want to go anywhere else. I just want to keep checking. So see what's up. Well, secondary, I should say. So,
Yeah, fair enough. Fab. Soul, my man. How are you? What have you been up to? What have you been playing? Yeah.
I am good. I'm happy to have old Dave here with us. Before we really get into it, kind of want to say thanks, Dave. Unbeknownst, yeah, man, yeah. Unbeknownst to you, my friend,
oh,
I popped into the community open chat once or twice with you and Retri, and then it kind of spread over into Dirts a little bit, and between the two, somehow I landed here. So I just
nice.
want to say thank you for opening up that damn chat.
Oh well, you're most welcome, sir. You do a fantastic job. And in the words of Sean, 786. There you go. Little shout out for it.
No, that's what's up. So seriously, thank you so much. I do appreciate it, and I love the fact that you give. Well, I know for you used to definitely give people opportunities to come in, and I know Dirt and Sean will do that, and other guys
Yep.
do it, and you just never know what it's going to lead to. So thank you so very much for that. I definitely appreciate it.
You're most welcome, sir. Thank you. You've earned your spot, buddy.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Now, as far as how I'm doing, I've been having a pretty good weekend so far. Had a great breakfast this morning, some great conversation, and the food was good. And I'm not going to lie, it was about 9 o'clock, and I may have already had an old fashioned or two or three at 9, and they were damn good. Let me just say.
late in my anyway, so you-
Yeah, I didn't know how I should feel with early morning libations, but the libations were libationing.
What did you have for breakfast? I had a fantastic brunch this morning.
Mm-hmm. I had ice and whiskey, and I think there might have been a cherry in there somewhere. I don't know, but
All the
no,
basic food groups.
All the best
all the
food
basic
groups. Yeah.
food group stuff.
You
What
hydrated
you
yourself. You
need for
dehydrated yourself. And
survival.
you got some
Yeah,
sweet.
yeah, yeah. Hey, all in one fell swoop. You know what I mean? But no, things have been great. I am still in the living lands. And I am still, yeah. I am enjoying Avowed. It's been really, really great. The choices have been they've been something. I think I've finally gotten to a few things that you were screaming about a week or so ago, and I'm still trying to figure out if someone is good or bad. But I'm not in the garden, but I'm on my way. How about that?
Oh.
I don't want to give any spoilers for those who are still. You have a lot of game to play, and it's a lot in there, and yeah, Avowed is really good. I don't know what the confusion or what the talk is all about with Avowed.
I think it's because it's was meant to be this big AAA type game, and it's more like a double A in some people's eyes. It's more like The Outer Worlds, like that game. But also, if you listen to the history of what's happened with that game, that was its third vertical slice, and then we got delivered this. So I
Okay.
think they've done a great job
Yeah.
with it. I would love to see them expand on it
Yeah.
again with either more DLC or a sequel.
Gotcha. And I just don't, like I said, I don't understand all the discourse about it, the negative discourse. I am having a great time with this game because I usually go into games, for what I see and not what I want them to be. And I just go in and I play and I get enjoyment out of that, as opposed to, I really want it to be like this. Because soon as it's not like that, you have disappointment. So I don't like to set myself up for failure,
I'm waiting for
with
you to
these
finish
games.
so we can have a big conversation about how it like the decisions you made and how your game turned out to how the decisions I made and how my game turned out. Yeah,
Oh,
it'd be
well, I
real
mean, at this
interesting.
point in time, I'll be honest. If they get in my way, it's over. If they're getting in the
I know what
way,
you're talking
I'm
about. I know what you're talking
I'm not even talking anymore. It's just like attack. It's just let's go. I'm not even dealing with it. And I am, like I said, I am enjoying it. I'll tell you, I just found Little Man's Village. So there's did that one?
I've done I finished the
Okay.
game. I'm on my
Well, because
second
I think,
playthrough.
okay, because I think that is a quest you have to do, right? And so, you kind of had the choice of the person in the village who did their business years ago. Yeah, we didn't talk very long. We didn't talk long. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have, but he got it anyway. He got the business. He got if everyone is getting the business,
You're like,
like,
I'm done talking. Here's my blade.
hey, let me tell you something. I got that. What's the Whisper of Exiles or whatever wand with the frost, right?
Oh
Oh yeah,
yes, the twisted. Yeah,
yeah. I'm popping folks with the frost and the electricity. I'm just
I've
double.
got. Yeah, I was doing both.
Panda, you'll like this one. I'm double fisting, baby. I'm double fisting.
Double fisting. Sorry, fisticuffs.
Yeah. So I'm.
We were talking about sausages before the show, so that's why he's like, "You'll like this one, Panda."
Sausage.
The
Double
show
Full
fist.
on
is not
tundra
for young
there.
children.
Oh no. Oh.
A double entendre at that. So anyway, I've really been enjoying the game. And that's the only thing that I've been in since then, because I'm kind of with blinders because my time is so really choppy right now. So, I have to really stay focused on something. But I think my next one is getting a copy of Split Fiction. So I can so I
Yes.
can so I can play with someone, and then between that and AC Shadows, when that drops, I think that's going to be
So
the
excited
next
for AC Shadows.
purchase, because by the time I hopefully can run through Shadows or Split Fiction, then I'm ready for South of Midnight. So, and that's what I'm looking forward
Nice
to.
shirt.
So,
The-
hey, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Like
Stand
it.
up
Yeah.
and show everyone.
Had a friend of mine make it for me. Oh, let me not fall down. See, this is the camera.
Well, you have had a few
Beautiful.
drinks. So.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. You know, it's
Stagger,
You're on
stagger.
that
still
liquid
lingering.
diet there, Soul. That
Yeah.
liquid diet.
So, and they did a great job with the shirt
You
and
did. It looks
everything. And
fantastic.
so, yeah, thank you. So, yeah, you know, that's what I've been up to. That's what I've been up to. Yeah.
I love you, Soul. I just love you.
And I love you too, baby.
You're fantastic. Okay. Next we go to the real gamer in these streets who plays on everything. We joke that he's a grifter, but he isn't. He's a real gamer. He plays on everything. Nero, what have you been up to this week?
What a damn
coffee is
introduction!
good.
What a damn introduction! It's only because I'm sick, guys. Planned it being a little nice because I'm a little under the weather, but I really appreciate that introduction. Um, let's see. It's an indie game called Fair to Spotlight. I played recently. It's about $20. Probably cheaper. Catch it on sale. Really good. I just finished the main Uncharted 4. I'm on the DLC now. I'm at the last chapter of that. I just want to say, Uncharted as a franchise. I'm gonna ruffle some feathers early. Uncharted as a franchise is by far the most overrated franchise I have ever played. 1 is mid, 2 is overrated, 3 is ass, 4 is fantastic. 4 brings the series up. 4 for me is peak. That is GOAT. That I respect that one. But the other 3, my beef with those is the pacing in those games is absolutely horrible. Like Indiana Jones and the Great Circle pacing, amazing. Tomb Raider trilogy, amazing. Even the older Tomb Raider games, but the pacing is Uncharted. Nobody ever talks about it. Got likable characters, good story, good writing. Naughty Dog does their thing, but I wasn't expecting to like 4 as much as I have because I just did not like the original trilogy as much. And then Ninja Turtle, the Kawabanga collection, I just got the platinum for that. That came to PS Plus. So I'm looking forward to Assassin's Creed Shadows. Has become one of my most anticipated games, man. When I was working on my platinum run for Ghost of Tsushima, I was excited for Shadows, but I'm like, if I don't got this done by then, I'll hold off. But I got that shit out of here. Platinum done, moving on, and Shadows is just looking absolutely fantastic. So, and Panda, we was talking about the new trailer for Last of Us TV show. That looks great as well. So,
Fab.
I don't know if you noticed, it was a scene when Jackson was getting attacked. I'm like, yo, when the fuck did? I know they changing some stuff though. They wanted to be more.
I think they're gonna do some pacing. Like we were talking
Yeah.
before the show, and I'm like, I reckon they're gonna lead in a little bit more around Abby's storyline before what happens. And I don't want to. Everyone knows what happens, but like, I don't want to be mean and spoilers.
Yeah, they don't want Joe getting his noggin beat in within the first
Hey,
20
I mean,
minutes.
can I jump in
18
real
rounds
quick?
of golf, yeah.
So I didn't finish 1 or jump into 2. So when the discourse with all that was going on, I was like, oh, well, I guess I won't play it now. I know what's gonna happen.
What's up, Abdel?
So
Love you.
yeah.
So you
now
haven't played them?
No, I started. I started
man,
1,
them is
and I was
amazing
into
games.
it. I was into it, and next thing I know, I felt like something big dropped, and it took my attention, and I never went back. So when I heard, what happened, I was like, really? I like that character. So I'm interested to know, how it all really plays out. So maybe, is that on PC yet?
Yes, but it was a bad port, so I'm not sure how well they are right now at this moment. But it was rough ports when they first went.
Okay, so maybe when they finally get their ish together, maybe that's one of those legacy titles that
We're
they
talking
drop
about The
over
Last of
somewhere
Us,
else.
Dale. Yeah, those I highly recommend those games, man. They go on a good price on PC, man. Definitely pick those up, man. Some of my favorite games of all time, man. Those two. I'm one of the Last of Us 2 defenders. Even back then, I'm like, because I was one of the ones that got it spoiled for me leading up to. So I went into the game with this whole fuck Abby mindset. But she grew on me as a character. I'm like, how can I not like? Do we not like video games? Do we not like dope characters? I get she did what she did to Joel, but man, look, the Joel. First of all, Joel in the second game isn't the Joel in the first game, even for the little bit of time he was alive. This motherfucker playing guitars, playing with kids, and skipping around town. Look, that's not my Joel. First off, so my Joel ain't died. My Joel died in the first game when he made that decision to save Ellie. He just been a walking corpse since then. So I mean, it is what it is. I'm Team Abby, man.
Walking, yeah, 100%. He's on all those wanted posters.
Yeah,
there's a bounty out for him.
But with that being said, that's a perfect transition to our quick news section, guys. And I'm gonna add this news in. It wasn't even in there, but Neil Druckmann, I seen earlier, pretty much saying it may not be a Last of Us Part 3. So I don't know if he's just saying things, but we all know if Intergalactic don't come out and be the huge success they want it to be, we definitely get into Part 3. But if Intergalactic is really successful and popular, they may not go back to Part 3. I feel like that's a lot of wasted potential with that universe. I feel like you can leave Joel and Ellie's story behind, but that universe is so flushed out that I feel like you can go to another section or have a like we get in Gears E-Day, the day of the event. Have a Last of Us game set on the days and first years of the outbreak. I think that would have been dope. But how you guys feel about potentially not getting a Last of Us Part 3?
Dave, what are your thoughts on that?
I'm okay with that.
You're okay? I mean, they're getting a season 3 and 4. Like, it's from my understanding, it's been greenlit for a season 3 and 4 of the show. So I think if you're not going to get it in game, you're going to get it anyway on the TV screen.
Yeah. I prefer the show over the game anyway, and that's just me. I know a lot of people are big fans of it, and that's cool. I just it never really grabbed me like it did. My daughter loves it. It's okay. It's to me, it's just another game. It's not.
Your daughter has taste, and you do not, sir.
Whatever.
I do not support difference of opinions since I became a PlayStation. Now I'm just playing.
Whoa, all right, Ponybot. What?
Yo, we gotta live up to that.
Dave, you have been introduced to our resident Ponybot here.
It's so funny.
Okay, he keeps it spicy over this.
He grifts, man. He grifts.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
And then look, when I get called that, I just play the manipulation role where I'm just a real gamer. I'm sorry you guys want to cut access to hundreds of great games angle.
Oh no. I have a PlayStation 5. I just
you're a man of culture.
Yeah, I mean, but there's not been any games.
You have a heater in your house. I agree. It's great.
Yeah,
Look,
exactly.
look, we can't say they don't have games when they have in our games, guys. All right.
What? No, they don't have their own games. They don't have their first party games. But I digress.
There's more Xbox first party releasing on PlayStation this year than there is PlayStation.
Yo, it's more controllers releasing.
Who thought we were ever going to be hearing that conversation this year?
That's wild, right?
Did y'all realize the tables has turned? Like they used to say, "Oh, Xbox got more controllers releasing in games," but now it's literally PlayStation releasing more controllers than video games.
It's kind of sad though. Like they've got this controller releasing for The Last of Us, and it's themed Last of Us 1 and 2. On the same week that we hear that there's probably not going to be a Last of Us 3. Like,
yeah, that's so tone deaf to me. And that controller ugly as hell. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
I mean, I do like the way that the black folds into the back, like, and so it's like encases it that way. But fix your battery life. Cat hair all over. Sorry, my cat has not. He's been to the vet. He's been unwell. He's now eating again, and he's needy AF. So I had to pick him up, and now I'm covered in cat hair.
Yo, get this shit off the screen, man. You ain't giving Lyric all that screen time.
No, we don't give him all the screen time.
And Reese, you're a weirdo.
All the screen time.
All the screen time. Soul, any thoughts around Last of Us?
You talking to me? Oh,
yeah. You're like, you're talking to me? You're talking to me?
You're talking to me? Truth be told, for the fans of the game, it sucks that they might not get a third one if that's going to conclude the game. If they're going to conclude it. Now, me personally, hey, you remember when I first came on the show, I had my little props and everything? The little 2 shits?
Yeah.
That's what I give. two shits.
Fair enough.
All
I
right.
give the double
And next topic.
fisticuffs.
Well,
I will be honest though, Nero, before
Mhm.
you jump on ahead. What have I been playing this week, Nero?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
He's
You're
right over
sick.
you,
I
Panda.
forgive you. You're
Look,
unwell.
you
It's
asked me to
okay.
do the quick topics, and then I thought it was time to do the quick topics. In my
No, you're
defense,
unwell.
you
I
know,
love you. I love you there, Nero. You're unwell. I get it. Please take all the drugs. Very quickly before we actually
Well,
I
not
love
all of them. You
that.
got
I
to share
love that. Yeah,
some.
green
all
light
the
it.
drugs. You've got my endorsement.
Hi, motherfuckers.
Before we get back onto quick topics, I'll just talk about what I've been playing this week. I finished Avowed on my last week. Finished my first playthrough. Got a fantastic ending based off the decisions I made. I'm really happy with it. I'm now struggling to decide if I will actually play Evil on my next playthrough, but I am playing on the hardest difficulty, so I've started my next playthrough, but I put that on hold going, you know what? I've already finished the story here. I think I'm going to actually go through and finish RoboCop. And this was before we even got the RoboCop
Yes.
new trailer for the next game that they're delivering. So I've been playing RoboCop. I'm loving that. And then FOMO kind of hidden with Jedi Knight Peter and me talking about how much we wanted to play Split Fiction. He picked it up and I picked up the Friends Pass, and then obviously, in order to get achievements, you need to purchase it yourself. So I just purchased it because I wanted the achievements. I did not think, and we'll talk about it a little bit more later on, that they could outdo themselves on It Takes Two. But I was up to like 4:30 in the morning playing Split Fiction. I'm real tired. My throat is a little bit... So if I'm clearing my throat, I'm really sorry. But a grin on my face is because of that game. Like... so fucking good. I can't endorse it enough. Like some of the shit that we've done right now, like two of the best genres, fantasy and sci-fi, in one game. Pick it up. We're going to talk a little bit more about it anyway, as a topic. But yeah, I am like, why am I doing the show when all I want to be doing is playing Split Fiction? Like, yeah, you're lucky I'm here, guys. You're lucky I'm here. So lucky. Like, it's probably right now my game of the year.
All right. Well,
And I
thanks
haven't
for coming on the
finished it.
show. It's got to wrap things up. Got to get back to playing.
Yeah, bye guys. You can do the show without me,
That's
right?
wrap.
Bye.
Just
Yeah,
kidding.
basically.
Shit.
Yeah. Highly recommend picking it up, and it has like a 10% discount right now, I feel. So if you
Oh,
want
okay.
it, yeah. All right, you want to throw to the quick topics, then, Nero? What's next on our
All
list?
right. Well, I want to add something else to the list real quick. You mentioned the RoboCop guy, so we have a standalone piece of DLC coming to RoboCop: The Rogue City. What I think is one of the most underrated games this generation, and definitely one of the best games of 2023. Highly recommend it. It was just on sale on PlayStation the other day. I think that sale is expired, and it was on
Xbox.
sale on Xbox as well.
Yep.
So I'm doing a new playthrough. So I'm probably playing aside the homie Reese. I know he picked it up. Panda, she's playing it right now, and I convinced a couple other people to get it. So I'm replaying it now on the pro. It was like $9. I had to double dip, support them, man, support the devs, as I've been preached to do for so long. So yeah, man, make sure you guys support that coming out this summer. It looks to be another, and it's really dope. It's like I want go check it out, because it's like this big tower you got to fight up, and they said it's more deadly enemies, and you're gonna be way more overwhelmed than you ever was in the base game. So that alone pretty much sold me. So I'm excited for that. Next piece of quick news, guys. Stalker 2 has announced 6 million players, man. 6 million players, man. That and Monster Hunter Wilds, we'll talk about later, is proof that a good game is a good game, even if it's not the most optimized game right away. I've yet to play it because I was waiting for it to get updated. And, in a world with so many great games coming every single day, a deep backlog, it's easy for games to get, mixed up and lost in time. But I definitely plan to go back and check out Stalker 2. That was one of my most anticipated games. But I'm happy I've been waiting, because I just don't want to have a bad taste in my mouth about that game. So anybody on the panel played Stalker 2? And
Yes.
I tried it out.
Absolutely.
Pretty good.
Fuck you, fuck you. Thank you, fuck you. Welcome. Yes, Stalker 2. I actually really like. I want to go back and play it some more, but I was waiting for some patches to come out just to improve some stability and some other issues with the game. So definitely want to go back and play it. But there's too many games. Too many games.
A lot of games.
But I will be right back. Continue.
All right. Next piece of news, guys, is Fragpunk sadly has been delayed on consoles 2 days before its release date. They was having some console optimization issues, they said, which is weird because I'm pretty sure it had a beta on Series X and S and it was running fine. So, excuse me, guys, I got a cold. I got to cough real quick. Hold on.
It's all right.
Didn't
We all
want to
have to
cough
do
in
it.
everybody list all the listener ears, man. But yeah, man, Fragpunk delayed 2 days, guys. That was kind of disappointing to see. I was excited about that. It looked really unique. Looked like it's bringing a different type of play style. I like how they mix up the cards and, how you can make your enemy's head big or make your head small so people don't get headshots. Was you guys excited for this? And how did you guys feel about the delay?
Go ahead, Sol. I'll let you take that one.
Let me be honest over here.
Oh, here it comes.
I got a million and one things going on right now, and all I heard was the sound of whinnying and eating out of the trough. I didn't hear anything else. I'm sorry, Nero.
Was
What-
it?
what
It's
did
all
you-
that pony's in his mouth. It's all that pony in his mouth. Yeah, you couldn't hear it over.
Wow.
Sorry, Nero. I love you.
No, what?
I
I
was
missed
just
all of it. I'm sorry.
just saying Fragpunk has been delayed on consoles 2 days before its release date.
2 days before
It's 2
its
days.
release date.
2 days is nothing, man. It looks interesting. Is that the one with the cards?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Then I mean that actually looks pretty cool. And I'm not necessarily into the man. The fast twitch just don't fast. It ain't fast no more, man. So, but it's a cool concept. So I hope it does well. But 2 days, that's nothing.
No.
2 days is-
It was announced 2 days before its release date that it's
So
being
yeah,
delayed.
so it's not delayed just
We-
for
we
2
don't have
days.
a delay.
We don't know
We don't have
when
a
it's
delay.
coming out
Yeah.
now.
Oh,
Yeah, a
that
little different.
changes things.
Yeah.
It's a little different.
And that's done because I was looking forward to that release date. I was like,
Because you love a good shooter, don't you?
definitely.
Yeah.
88. And speaking of shooters
No.
being delayed, Killing Floor 3, guys, also delayed. And that don't have a release date, and they started issuing refunds back.
Damn.
Do you reckon Fragpunk's delayed because of like
Really?
a great
Wow.
game-breaking bug or something like that? Something that bricks consoles? They must have found something
I
to
think
delay
so.
it.
I
Killing
think
Floor,
so.
I don't really care for, so
Killing Floor, I'm interested in because it's $40. Like when you got that price tag attached to your game, whether it's South of Midnight, Hell Divers, or Hellblade, I'm always intrigued to see. All right, what do you got here? What you cooking here?
Wasn't Concord $40 too? Just
No, that was idiotically $60, if I'm not mistaken.
ooh,
That was a full
Yeah,
price.
it was $60. It was full price.
That was a full price L.
still couldn't save it. What?
Still couldn't save it. Feel bad for the people that bought it. All three of them. So this next piece of news is really amazing. Avowed boasts 5.9 million players within the first month, leaving behind Indiana Jones 1.9 million in December.
insane.
That's beautiful. Congrats to Obsidian.
I think that's fantastic news, but I'm also really surprised by that Indiana Jones didn't do as well, considering the amount of people who have a long history with that IP, and it's so beloved and the music is so iconic. I will admit, though, that I've only installed it and turned it on and had a quick look and turned it off because I had too much to play. And like I'm finishing RoboCop before I finish Indiana Jones. Like I'm playing Split Fiction before I play Indiana Jones. And then once I finish Indiana Jones, I will play South of Midnight. Like there's just so many games.
So many.
Web Dave, are you surprised by those numbers though?
I mean, it's no, but I mean it's I don't know. I mean it's a big IP, and obviously Lucasfilms is we're talking about Indiana Jones, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so
No,
yes.
we was talking about Avowed and yeah,
All
really
right.
both.
Okay,
Both
Because
well,
Avowed and Indie.
yeah,
I was
'cause
gonna
so
say
Indy got
If I look at the
1.9
numbers.
million and
well, for Indy, Lucasfilms is so happy with the results that they've gotten so far that
yeah.
they've already greenlit 2 more episodes of the game. So they're already backing, they're already supporting it. So I think it's a good thing, and it's yet to come out on on PlayStation. So when that happens, there'll be more people that buy it there as well,
I agree.
and hopefully the franchise will continue to to grow because there's so many stories that they can do, and especially they set themselves up right. Got the got the voice that now that they can continue to use for a long time. He's a young guy doing the voice, and then of course getting the rights from Harrison Ford to use his likeness. I mean, he's set. Obviously, he's already set, but I'm just saying, so he's happy with that, and he doesn't have to do any stunts or get hurt or anything, and he can just doesn't have to do any mocap. He can just use my likeness. Go right ahead. And that's that it pulls you in, takes you into the immersion, excuse me, of the game, and so yeah, I mean it'd be hard to fail unless they do some crazy storyline, like with the Crystal Skulls or something. But I don't think they're going to go that direction. So I think we're going to be okay.
That's the good thing about this. Everything I've heard about it has been not like the last 2 movies.
Yeah,
Because I went into going, oh, Crystal Skull, did it? And then by the time you find out aliens, I was like, nah,
yeah,
you lost me. Like, I can believe everything else in those first 3 movies, but this came out of left field, and I was like, nah.
yeah.
I haven't even watched the last one yet because I was so disappointed with Crystal Skull. And I've been told it's better than Crystal Skull,
Yeah,
but I
it
was
is.
like,
It is.
it's hard.
It's worth watching.
I will watch it eventually. I was just so disappointed with Crystal Skull.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so congrats to Obsidian, man. That's beautiful to see. 6 million players in the first month. Hopefully we get some DLC or something soon. The one thing with this game getting backlash, I think this game would have benefited a lot from being about $20 less. We don't really feel it because we're smart. We have Game Pass, but I can see why people who might have spent 75 on this game might be disappointed
I
that you can't
agree.
do certain things. But
It shouldn't have been that price. I agree.
yeah. So but hey, get Game Pass. Game Pass is on PC as well. So I mean, you know. Okay, so the next quick news is Assassin's Creed Shadow will last above 80 hours with side content, but the main story is going to be 30 hours,
Yes.
and which is good because Valhalla main story was about 40 to 50 hours. I beat that last year, and
30
it
is
took
good.
a long time to beat it. Yeah, 30 is really good. I'm definitely going to try to get the platinum on it. It seems like it's going to be one of the few really well optimized PS5 Pro games. So I'm excited for that. I really hope this game is really successful for Ubisoft, man. I love Ubisoft. I
I do
think they get
too.
a lot
Me
of
too.
unnecessary hate, man. You got Horizon being praised and it does the same shit that Ubisoft games get knocked for. So
I think they heard the feedback from the bloatware that was Valhalla, and realized they had to cut some stuff from that. And I think a much tighter experience, especially in Japan. Like, fuck, this is going to be a great game. I'm so excited for it.
Yeah.
yeah,
Agreed.
it's looking really good. I'm definitely excited for it. I'm one of the ones where I get people say Ubisoft bloat, but I say, man, it's like they're one of the few games that when you go spend 60, 70, you're getting your money's worth. There's a lot of content there.
Like
And
3 games worth in that.
yeah, but that sometimes
Yep.
that's for your money's worth. That's to me. I like it. I mean, I just feel like people hate Ubisoft a lot to the point where it's like when they're gone, you never know what you got until it's gone, man.
Yeah, I'll be
Ubisoft needs
disappointed.
to
Yeah.
exist today. That's a lot of good gaming, and
I will say though, if I ever have an open world itch for a game, I will go and play a Ubisoft game because they're very good at doing open world.
Open
But
world.
I definitely know that I've hit, like, I tried to play I played Origins, I played Odyssey, and then what was the other game that they had before Valhalla, which was like cartoonishy?
I know
Um
those. I know what you're talking about.
Oh, then that was my favorite.
that one there,
uh,
I can't think of what it's
Phoenix.
called. That
Immortals.
yeah, Yeah, that one. I can't remember exactly the wording. I couldn't play it. Like, I tried it. I own it. I tried it, but because I'd been so like I'd done Origins and then Odyssey, and then I went into this game, I was like, no, I'm open worlded out. Like, I
Yeah.
couldn't take any more.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
do need to go back and play it some more. But I've played Valhalla since then, so like and now I'm gonna play Assassin's Creed Shadows. So
Yeah, you're gonna be
like,
tapped out.
yeah, I'm going to be tapped out. I'll eventually get to it one day. But all these shorter experiences, very linear experiences, have been fantastic for just palate cleansing. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So shout out to Ubisoft. I'm excited. I'm in there pretty much day one, man. It was a 20-minute gameplay thing, PlayStation Post. I'm not sure if it's on all the other usual
I think
gaming
so.
channels, but I would definitely recommend checking that out because man, it just looks really good, man. It's more than beneath the eye, and I even seen them fight back at some of the idiots on Twitter grifting and trying to say the game is woke, this, that, and the third. The official Ubisoft account wasn't going for that. So I love that too, man. Stand your ground, man. Believe in your game. Be confident, and do what you do. So I'll be there. So yeah, shout out Ubisoft, man. And next piece of news: Marvel Rise of Hydra is targeting the holiday 2025 release, according to the voice actor for the game. Personally, guys, real quick, I don't give a damn really. Like, when you only show a glimpse of a game and it's like some CGI, it's like, can I really be excited? Like, I need to see some type of gameplay. So once I see gameplay, then I can really get behind seeing this game.
You know, Nero, what gets me excited about that though is Amy Hennig. That's it. That is it. Because
Good
she
point.
did some of the
Guardians of the
Uncharted
Galaxy,
games, which
right?
you didn't like, but she did the Soul Reaver games, which I loved. So the writing and everything is always on point. The voice acting, fire.
Yeah, but my
So
beef
I'm
with
excited to see
Uncharted was
what we're going
definitely
with
not
that.
the writing and shit. It was just more so like, hey, big unnecessary clunky ass combat, because combat was not good in the older games. Like, I get it for the time being, like, all right, cool. But here, big unnecessary fight sequence that drags on way longer than it need to be. Here, dumbass watered down Tomb Raider puzzle that barely give you a description in a journal of what the hell you're supposed to do. And then, hey, beautiful cutscene, great voice acting, and boom, right back unnecessary. So it was just that same gameplay loop, and it was that across 3 games. But the writing was good though. I enjoyed the writing. So if she's behind the writing, isn't she behind the Guardians of the Galaxy game too,
I can't
or is that
remember.
not her?
Don't ask me. Chat. Does chat know?
Either way,
Shout
man,
out to
knows
the chat
everything.
here. By the way, 90 people watching us live on Twitter and YouTube alike. So thank you, everyone. We appreciate each and every one of you.
That's right.
And, Web Dave is just going to do an amazing dance if we get more. No, I'm kidding. He's like, I didn't agree to this. He's like, leaves the podcast.
yeah, yeah. I'll
wouldn't
be
do that.
I'll be back next week, guys. See you.
I'll be back in like never. No. Amazing.
Just kidding.
Sorry to sidetrack. Sorry. Go.
That's what makes the best shows, man. That and
Yeah,
waiting for
yeah.
FARQ to come up with something and creative and send to us. Come on, FARQ.
I mean, he did.
do.
He did our this week. It's harder because the split fiction characters are small, but he did our thumbnail for this week, and he put my face as one of the characters, and Nero's is the other, and then my face is one of the characters, and Soul is the other. And I was like, I love
Shout
it.
out to FARQ. He is absolutely amazing and very talented and visual.
Fantastic with that
Love
Yes,
stuff.
he
Yeah.
is.
He is
Very
amazing. I wish we could get
talented.
him on the show, but he's a little camera shy right now. But we're going to break him of that.
Yeah.
FARQ. Man.
shout out for RQ, man.
Hey.
Shout out to the whole chat, man. Everybody rocking with us right now. Appreciate it.
Yes.
I have a question for the chat or Power Boss.
Oh, here we go.
I was checking out a couple of your chats there. You say that your only criticism of Shadow so far is that Yasuke is or was not a samurai. Do we have knowledge of Nao or Naue actually being a ninja or a shinobi? Because if we don't have those claims, where's the criticism for that?
Yeah.
Hit us up in the chat. Let us know.
I
Because
mean,
I'm
my
interested to
thing
know.
is, I mean, Assassin's Creed has always been loosely historically based. So I mean, none of their
Yeah.
games is completely historically accurate. So
No.
that's why, like,
Yeah.
that whole point that people have to me is pretty muted. Because if you've been around, then you would know. Like, come on, man. It's first of all, it's a guy getting in a fucking machine to go back into with his
Into
ancestors'
time.
blood. Like, so all that can happen. But this is where people
It
draw
could
the line
happen.
at. Like, damn,
It could happen.
and
I
he
mean,
might not have
because
been.
he's using this time machine with the pisser, you know?
I mean, Marty McFly did it. Come on.
He
With the
did.
pisser.
Hey, look, man,
I mean, with that FSR.
it's a reason AMD been working with Sony on their FSR4, man. It's something more beneath than what you guys might
Mm.
want to
Well,
admit
they're
and look in
working
your
on
eyes.
FSR4, right, with the modeling, and I just find it interesting that they did that and then they delivered their pisser technology. When I'm like, why? Why didn't you just deliver on
Because
FSR4?
FSR4 is not compatible with modern consoles. Like,
I
I
know,
mean,
but
even Monster Hunter. Look, this is why PSR
they gave
exists.
them a gimped
Look at
beta version, but I will think that they're feeding that model of what they're getting
let's
data
just look at
from the
Monster Hunter
pisser on the
Wilds, for example.
PlayStation into the FS4 model. I think that's what they're doing.
Monster Hunter Wilds is using FSR1 on consoles. Shit looks like, come on, and for one, it's still better than most PC experiences right now. It's an unoptimized game all around. But I mean, if FSR1 and 2 is your only options compared to how PSSR is using that game and their PS Pro enhancement, hey, it's a reason they did it. The more I see of PSSR when it's used right, the more it get updated. The clarity it brings the games. Monster Hunter Wilds look reasonably good uh, on the Pro. So I'm and shout out to FSR4, man. It got a lot of improvements. I actually watched the Digital Foundry
I did too.
video of it, man. A lot of improvements, man. I'm intrigued to see what Microsoft is going to be using. Because I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to do their own hybrid of a FSR and then have their own twist unique for the feature series next gen consoles, man. I think everybody's going to want to have their own little tweak version of it, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, we know Xbox is working on some their own AI upscaler with, to some degree, so we'll see. We shall see, shall on the seashore. Sorry.
all right, so this
Oh.
is a sad piece of news, man. Half-Life 2 and the designer art lead Victor Antonov dies at the age of 52. I just wanted to highlight him because I love the art style. Um, and there's a lot of things in Dishonor I like that I thought was dope. Didn't play Half-Life 2, but I just wanted to highlight that, when we lose key figures in the gaming community, especially that worked on great games, I like to highlight them and their work. So rest in peace him. Condolences to the family. We appreciate the work. Have you guys played Half-Life 2 Dishonor? Is that close and near and dear to you guys?
Dishonored? Yeah. Half-Life 2.
Dishonored.
Okay. Well, rest in peace to him. Okay. Rainbow Six Siege X announced with graphical, audio, and gameplay improvements. The showcase is set for March 13th. So next week, that is coming pretty soon. I think that is next Thursday. Um, I'm intrigued. I pretty much uninstalled Apex, man. I'm kind of over the competitive shooter shit until Halo goes to PlayStation and get a resurgence because I just don't really care at this point. Tired of Apex. Love Halo, but that shit is hanging on
I
by a
can't.
thread.
I can't play COD anymore. I
Yeah,
just
I
don't.
can't.
I don't
I
touch it.
don't have it. I don't have it in me. COD is just the cheaters, the skill based
I
matchmaking.
uninstalled it.
I did too, Panda, and I'm happy you said that because now I feel less bad. Like Game Pass.
Yeah,
Sorry for me personally, Game
Halo every
Pass
day.
will save COD.
At least Halo, there's a bit of skill to it. Like you just don't run out of a corner and die instantly unless you're being sniped. Like you can
Yeah.
generally get your own back in Halo.
So, any Rainbow Six Siege players in here? Anybody excited? Anybody in the chat?
I'm not a Rainbow Six Siege fan, like player fan, but I know that there's a massive community behind it, and I think fantastic that's getting a bit of an upgrade graphically, audio, gameplay wise. Because what it's like a 10-year-old game, right? I feel like now. So
Yeah,
fantastic news.
it definitely needs some. It definitely needs some improvement, some enhancements. A re-release for modern hardware, I think, would be pretty good, pretty dope.
I
Like
like the
I
fact
said,
that
I'm. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
was going to say, I like the fact that they're not just going, here's a new game, like here's this improvements, which is nice because then you don't alienate your fan base that's already there. So smart move.
Okay, so speaking of shooters, right? Nobody in here is in Rainbow Six Siege. Guys, chat, anybody, please tell me you guys have seen the leaked footage of the new Battlefield game play. Guys, I will send it to the chat. I bookmarked it. I meant to send it to you guys. I didn't know if we was wanting to show it and shit like that. I forgot to put it as a topic, but personally, I am extremely excited for it. That is a day one. Like I said, I am thirsty for a new shooter, for just something boots on the ground. I thought Black Ops was gonna do that. I can't compete with the kids anymore. They got it, man. I need something. Just I need something else, man. So any Battlefield fans in here?
Battlefield 4.
Saw the footage. Looks good, but that's all I got for you.
Battlefield 4 fan, and after that, I kind of just fell off. Battlefield has not been Battlefield for me for a while, so I want them to go back and
Go back to their roots. And that's what it seems from the footage to seem like, what they're doing, got a nice little bit of construction in there. Construction. Look at me. Destruction in there. So seeing some buildings and tanks hit buildings and knock whole little areas and corners off, to me, is really dope. Guys, we got over 100 people in here. Make sure y'all hit that like button. We appreciate everybody. We still getting through the quick news. We're almost done. The next piece of news, guys, South of Midnight is 10 to 12 hours long because the story unfolds within one single day, and there's kind of urgency to it. I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm okay. I look forward to sitting and beating that within this 1 or 2 sittings. Not every game needs to be long. I think the length of the game reflects the price they're asking for. I'm excited, man. Are you guys happy about this? Especially you, Panda, with so many games in your backlog that you have to play, still have to get to Indiana Jones, and you got Split Fiction on your plate right now. Me being the clucker ass gamer I am, it's always something in my backlog. So I like seeing short games like this that can be beaten within a weekend.
yes, I am actually happy that it's a 10 to 12 hour game. Like, I'm trying to think. Quantum Break was like a 10-hour game, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. It was a tight 10 hours. It was long if you were playing on a higher difficulty because, like, I died a lot on that last boss. I had to keep resetting and resetting and resetting and resetting. But yeah, I think this is fantastic. We've got so many games coming out. Like, we've got Claire Obscure's Expedition 33, then we've got Doom coming out. We've got Atomfall as well releasing all around the same time. So to have a short game like this launch around all these different titles, so you can decide, I'm going to spend a little bit more time here, and then I can play this other game. It's nice to feel like you're actually getting through games and you're removing things off your backlog because they're shorter experiences. I think it's fantastic news. I don't need a 25-hour game for something like that when I'm going to definitely... Like, I've spent over 80 hours in Avowed. That's a game that you want to spend more time in. This game, short little story-driven platformer, and it's just... It just feels like it's going to be a little bit of an experience and a like beautiful dose of like culture in gamers' lives that they need, a dose of culture and a dose of reality. Yeah, so I'm excited.
I will say I'm addicted to double dipping with games when they're especially on the shorter side, when I know like, oh, I can run through this again. Like even with the Kawabanga Ninja Turtle collection that I mentioned earlier to start, that just came into PS Plus, and I finished that. It wasn't too long, going through those games. Each game take about an hour, and it's about 12 games in there. So games like that, I don't mind double dipping. And I think when your game is short, sweet, and impactful, sometimes you can re-up. So you might have those people on that played through Game Pass that may want to end up buying it afterwards if it resonates with them. You have people like me that beat it in Game Pass, and whenever it comes to PlayStation, if it comes, sorry for the port beggars, I just port watch. I sit back, and when it comes, I get it if I want to double dip. And if not, hey, I got it over here on X. I don't give a damn. But yeah, man, I'm excited for it, man. We definitely don't need, super overly long, dragged out games, especially for that type of game. Because imagine everything I've seen that we're about to do in South of Midnight looks really dope, right? But imagine doing that for 30 plus hours. It goes from a
Just doing
9
that
or
stop
8 out of
motion.
10 down to a 6 or a 7.5 really quick. Even
Mm.
Avowed, I love Avowed, but I personally, with doing a lot of shit and missing a handful of stuff in the game, I feel like Avowed does not overstay its welcome. Even the people that's taking 60, 70 hours to complete one playthrough, I still feel like it does not overstay its welcome, even if you do everything. So, that like I said, talking shit about Uncharted games, that's only because the pacing.
Well,
I
I'm
feel like when the
thinking
pacing is off in these
I
games.
spent what 80 plus hours on Avowed, and if that's how long Assassin's Creed Shadows is going to be, that sounds like the sweet spot to me. Like Origins, I spent about like 80 hours on Origins, and I was like, yes, but I didn't do everything in Origins because it's started to get a little too tedious with every single question
I
mark that
hated
you
the
had to.
level locking too in Origins. That was my biggest beef. Like, I got this legendary sword, but I can't kill this lion because he's 2 levels higher than me in this area that I wasn't supposed to go. To me, that's the dumbest shit ever. I'm happy they
They
started
fixed
walking
that,
that back.
yeah.
Yeah, they fixed that. So Ubisoft, listen, man, they listen. They just I feel like I'm so mixed on Ubisoft because I feel like if you play their games, you can tell a lot of love going to their games. Even with Valhalla, like there's some basic animations and stuff in there that's really dope. That you can be like, oh, that's really dope. But you could just tell there's people above them that's forcing this unnecessary scope and size a lot of the time. So,
All right.
all right, this one I'm really goddamn excited about. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, my current game of the year front runner, sells 2 million copies in under 2 weeks. Toast to everybody who bought the game for making it a huge triumph. Really, congratulations to them guys, man. Guys, I know a lot of people might, see that type of game and feel overwhelmed, but if you feel that way, catch it on sale. There's so many great games. You don't have to pay full price. Catch it on sale for 30, $40 later this year, maybe a Black Friday sale, and do yourself a favor and play this game, man. Commit to learning some of the intricacies of it, the combat system. You will be satisfied, man. I haven't felt this immersed in the game probably since Skyrim. That's saying a lot. I think it's by far one of the best games made this generation.
Welcome, try
Looks
hard.
amazing on all consoles, which is really good. Congratulations to them. Um, I know everybody in here on the panel backlog is huge, so you guys probably don't plan to get to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. So, respectfully, I'll just go to the next quick news before we get to the main topics. Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection has been rated for the Series X. Shout out to all these ratings that's been getting leaked. Because of these Series X ratings, we now have Resident Evil 5 Remake is in the works. We know Resident Evil 6 was rated. That's in the works. And now we have the Street Fighter Collection. Um, is anybody intrigued about that? No, I assume not. I will be checking it out probably on a sale or something like that whenever it does come. But with that being said, man, let's move in to the main topics. But the way we got these set up, we're starting first with oh, I just changed something. My bad, guys. Hopefully, I didn't delete nothing in
good.
We're
there.
gonna talk quickly about Split Fiction, right?
We got to.
Yeah, you're all good.
Huge
You're all good.
congrats to them.
So, it has its first 98. Oh, it's got 98 critics reviewed. It's sitting at a 92 on Metacritic. Over 197,000 concurrent players on Steam on day one, compared to 71,000 for It Takes Two. Second highest player count of all time for any EA release on Steam, behind Apex Legends. This game has been put through as a must play. What do you think of this news, Web Dave? Are you surprised that it's like doing what it's doing based on the It Takes Two getting Game of the Year a few years back?
It sounds like they're on the way to getting some more nominations for this one. I mean, it looks beautiful. It looks fantastic, and I'm looking forward to doing it. But I definitely want to, I mean, I guess you could pretty much jump in with anybody and play. It doesn't necessarily have to be like a close personal friend kind of thing. I mean, you just find somebody that's interested in the game. Check your friends list. I'm sure there'll be people that have it that you might be able to just send a message to. Hey, let's play this. I know like Dirt and Sean are both they're gaming on it this week. They've been talking about that they both bought the game, set aside some time so they can actually get through it together. So it's but it's going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to it a lot. And you seem to be pretty sold on it. So yeah. I mean, it's the last the other games that they've done are really well done. They're fun. The storylines is really good, and the different, I guess, landscapes for this one, I guess, are the different areas you get to go into, levels, as it were. But it's going to be, seems like, pretty mixed up, kind of not, or I should say, mixing it up is a better way to put it, with the different levels to it. So there's pretty much same basic style through the game, but yeah, it's not going to be completely repetitive, cut and paste, doing this and that. I mean, it's every level seems like it's a different adventure, and I'm liking that. So
yeah, soul.
Amen.
They are. Anything you want to add? Soul. Have you played It Takes Two? This is the no?
No. I didn't have anybody to play with.
Me either, brother.
I mean, what do you want me to do? Play with myself?
I mean,
Hell.
that I've been making that joke in parties all night last night.
I mean,
Just as long as you got
if you've ever been at a party with me, you know I have a filthy mind.
Get a firm grip on that game, and you'll be good to go.
What'd you say? A firm grip?
Grip.
No, I didn't have anyone to play with. I wanted to play with my daughter. She was like, no. I'm like, it looks like it's a lot of fun. She was like, nah, Dad, I'm good. I'm going back to Minecraft.
Nero didn't have anyone to play with it. So you two should just line up and play together.
Or Panda, you need to volunteer yourself as tribute and play with both.
I've played that game 4 times, but I will. I volunteer to play that game with anybody who wants to play that game. So it's just our time zone difference.
I would
is
love
a bit of a pain in the ass.
in that. Yeah, that's a killer for that. But
Are you?
but no, I would love to play it. It looked like it was a lot of fun. This one looks fantastic. I think I'm just going to pick it up, and somebody's gonna play with me.
Somebody. Don't know who. Double wanding by yourself at this point. No comment there. I shouldn't have said anything.
What about the sausage? Anyway.
Wow, I shall not be playing with any sausages.
I mean, that was
you will be playing with sausages in the split fiction. You have no choice. Actually, you do have a choice, to be honest. You could skip that. This
you
game
always have a choice to play with your sausage.
yeah, you do. This game is vibrant, and you know how we love Easter eggs in video games.
Yeah.
It has Easter eggs. It has Easter eggs from its past games in it. It's just beautiful. Like there's like Assassin's Creediness into it, and like I feel like Tron vibes into it, and like Prince of Persia vibes in there, and there's so many different ideas. And I was like, I would have loved to been in the writer's room when they're discussing what concepts they were going to put into this game. I can't tell you enough. If you want a game that is pure fun and hectic with like high adrenaline moments and then like lesser moments to let you have a breather, this has it all. Like there's things where I was like, who the fuck comes up with this? I've played the original Astrobot. I have not played the new one. But I'll be honest, I think this leaves Astrobot for dead. Just the amount of fun and the fact it's co-op and you just piss yourself laughing with each other. And then you've got that communication style of like figuring stuff out. And then they have all these side content things, like you're playing the main story and they have like this bubble and you go into that and you play a little side content. So you can completely miss the side content if you don't want to do it. But I think you are doing the game a massive disservice if you do not play the side content, because it takes it out from what you're currently playing into this completely wacky thing and then drops you back into where you were. And you've just had this amazing experience. I was crying laughing last night. And my throat was hoarse by the end of the night because I just laughed so much and had so much fun.
I
We
didn't say anything.
were playing as pigs,
say
like
anything.
wallowing in the mud. Like
hey.
you got to play as pigs. Like what game lets you play as pigs? Like it was
Dave,
so ridiculous.
man, she got the wrong people on her tonight.
She does.
Yeah, man, I
u-
love it.
I'm
My
usually
throat
by
was
myself,
hoarse.
like,
She has sore throat
Plays
and
sausage.
lots of sausages.
Astrobot is a
fisting
great
earlier.
single player
Exactly.
experience, but do you know what? I think
Hands-on kind of game. Sorry.
Hazelight has it down pat because their first game was a single player experience, the two brothers story on the one controller. The next one was a
Great game.
co-op game, A Way Out, and then it takes two. It's so much fun. And I, like I said at the beginning of the show, I didn't know how they were going to top it, but they just push it to 11 and straight out the gate, the intensity, and just the ridiculousness of what you're doing and some of the ideas, like we were just trying to kill each other, and you can kill each other in this game. It's so much fun. I was like, Pete was real whipped by the end of the night. Just let me just put that there, and that's not a euphemism. Not a euphemism. It's reality. Like you get in there and you play, and you understand what I mean.
You get in there,
Couldn't touch
girl.
me, and I was just like honestly, it was fantastic.
Play.
It was fun. Oh,
I'm sorry.
I understand why I got it to Metacritic. I think it's fabulous as a fun game, and that's what you want from a game, because we sit there and we play these serious games or these semi-fun type games, and then you want one which is just oozing enjoyment that you can talk to each other about and just go, did we just play that? I can't fucking believe we just did that. Let's go back and do it again. Like, it's one of those games where they definitely have nailed it. I love it so much. I can't say how much I love this game enough. Yeah.
Panda, I was hoping you would maybe quit holding back and tell us how you really feel about the game.
Well, if I told you how I really feel about the game, spoilers.
Oh, baby.
Spoilers. And I'm not doing that to people.
Good.
I'm
No
not giving
no
spoilers
spoiling.
away. Like,
well, I'm glad that you're enjoying it, because it's
Yeah.
you've really got me wanting to really get into it now. So I'm excited.
worth it. With every penny, by the way. With every penny.
Okay.
I haven't even finished the game. And I'm
Well,
just
there you
like,
go.
done. Sold.
Okay. Good deal.
Fuck you. Yes, Pete is always whipped. Yes, he is. Yeah. Thank you for pointing that out. Fuck you. Well, we're having a show this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'd like to thank you guys for inviting me on the last show I'll ever be on here. Apparently, I'm never going to get invited back.
You'll always have an open invite there.
Yeah. Right.
Oh.
We're having fun. NextGenNero, are you okay over there, buddy?
Yeah, man, I'm
Okay.
chilling. I think it looks really good, man. Congrats to them. Looks fantastic. I love the brother son of Two Tails. Personally, I'm not really going to compare it to Astrobot, because I think they're setting
They're
out
very different games.
do two different things, and I think they both exceed really well at what they're trying to do. I love the whole game friend pass thing that they got going on. That's really
fantastic.
really pro consumer. Congratulations to them, man. I just love to see it. Even though I plan to probably check it out in the coming weeks, probably play with my homeboy Rez, something like that. But I just love to see it, man. Seeing this review really well and then sell well and have a high concurrent player, and seeing the success of Monster Hunter, which we're about to get into. I just love to see it, man. It's a good time to be a gamer. A lot of diversity out there, and Digital Foundry said this was one of the really great games, man, out here. And Digital Foundry said this is one of the first games in a while where it's virtually flawless. They have no complaints. They just called it a perfect.
There's no
perfect game.
Performance mode options. It's just 60. You can't change it. It's just 60. That's what I want in a game. And it's a solid 60. And the only difference between like the X and the S is resolution. Like, beautiful game. And it's running on Unreal Engine. So they've done a really good job. Yeah.
Yep. Really well optimized across all platforms. you just love to see it, man. You just absolutely love to see it. I look forward to checking it out, and I'm happy to see everybody excited. I see a lot of homies playing with their ladies and vice versa, and just friends gaming and playing together, man. And that's what it's all about. So, hope this game sees a lot of success, which it seems to be doing already, and just good for them, man. Good for the industry. Just happy for them, man. I don't got too much to say about it because I haven't played it yet, but I just think it looks really good, man. And I definitely look forward to checking it out eventually.
Panda, I saw that
You
a
just
while
fucking
back.
killed me right now with your little roughness. Panda didn't finish laughing his head off. Fuck.
Oh, I'm sure
Yeah.
she will eventually.
Yeah, I will finish that game eventually. I'm going to add a little bit extra context to
sorry.
that sentence. Game.
Game.
A video game.
Pause.
This is going to be like getting clipped. Getting clipped.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, such good games. Kingdom Come Deliverance, Monster Hunter Wilds, and this game, and Avowed, and like, fuck, there's just been some fantastic games already this year. Whew, and we're only in the first half of the year, and we've still got more to go. We've still got more
More to
games
come.
to go. 2025, right? 2025.
Yeah, great year so far for gaming.
Yeah. Great year. Monster Hunter Wilds sold 8 million units in 3
That's
days.
crazy.
In fucking sane. Fastest title of theirs to reach that milestone in their history. So big congratulations to Capcom. Your fine little roughness. I love you. Such good news there. Dave, have you played any of the Monster Hunter games? Are they your cup of tea, or?
I mean,
I don't know.
I have actually played a few, but I like the fighting part. I don't like all the mechanics stuff to it, the building and crafting and all that kind of stuff. I'd rather be hunting monsters than building crap and shit. I don't know. It's just it's okay, and a lot of people like it. My son really loves it. My daughter, they're both into it a lot. But it's not.
You're a simple man. You just want to go hunt monsters.
I just want to kill shit. I mean, yeah, play a game. But yeah, no, it's but yeah, it's a great game. Don't get me wrong. It looks good. And the new one looks really interesting. Looks great. But it's just probably I'll pass. For me, I'll pass. There's so many other games to play right now. I don't feel bad about missing a few. So there you go.
I'm with you, Dave.
Nero.
Can't play 'em
It is
all.
a pass.
Yeah, no, you can't play them all. Pokemon. No, I'm kidding.
This is my first Monster Hunter game, and I took a chance on it. I seen people like shout out to Crow in the chat right now. Shout out to my homie Gritty, my homie Rizzy. You know, I trust all of their gaming opinions, and I missed out on every other Monster Hunter. I never really got in there. I told myself if I'm gonna get into one, I want to get in early and embrace the community. You know, day one. Got it on the Pro Enhanced, the best place to play by far on console, according to Digital Foundry. I've been having a blast, man. I've been really immersed. I see a lot of people saying they skip a lot of cutscenes, they skip a lot of dialogue. I understand because I ran into a situation where I was trying to have a friend join, but I had to get through the dialogue. But personally, since this is my first game, I actually been taken in the story, which a lot of people don't give a damn about with Monster Hunter. But I've been enjoying it. I've been having a really good time trying to get through the story. The fights is really epic. I know a lot of people complain about the art style and the visual direction, but I honestly think it don't look that bad. I think I kind of actually like the art style. It got different biomes and stuff like that. I'm in the forest now, so every time I seen the game, it was just sandy shit. But it's different biomes. One of the homies is in the snow. I'm excited to get to the end game and do the higher tier monsters and stuff like that. But for this to be my first Monster Hunter game, I'm really satisfied, man. I love Capcom. They'll get my money anytime, man. I'm always gonna support them if I can at the time. I'm enjoying it. Really fun. And this was actually one of the games that made me say I'm taking a break from the competitive side of things. I just want to play some PvE, just have fun, do stuff like that. Hell Divers, this. Just have fun with people, man. Have fun with my fellow gamers. You got Split Fiction right there, something like that as well. It's just, gaming is supposed to be about fun. Shooters is giving me headaches nowadays with all the BS that goes around. Cheaters, skill based, the usual.
Skill-based matchmaking, man, fucks me every time.
Every time, never fails.
Oh goodness.
But congratulations to
Sorry,
Capcom, man.
Dave. You're just like on a roll tonight, Dave.
Didn't do nothing. I innocent.
Not innocent.
I'm gonna get clipped so much. You could like put all the stuff that I say, and it'll just be like,
Hell, I'm clipping. What are you talking about? I mean, no. Oh, I was just kidding.
oh.
Maybe.
Still wishing every day they revived Lost Planet 2 on Steam. Yes, that's true.
Agreed.
Try hard. Very true. Eastside Vandal, Monster Hunter doesn't start until you finish the campaign. There you go, Nero. There you go. You haven't even really.
That's pretty much what I've been hearing.
Yeah. End game, right? I love that when games have a really good end game. Okay. Well, we also have, and I'll see if I actually have. No, I don't. Okay. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 launches July 11th for Xbox, PS5, and Switch. So it's got a couple of editions, standard $50, deluxe $70. And this is US dollars, by the way. It's coming to Xbox Game Pass. So if you are a Game Pass subscriber, pick it up there. It will be a Play Anywhere title. So once you own it, you can play it where you want through the Xbox Play Anywhere. Doomslayer and the Revenant Skater, I hope I said that right, for that character. Playable like skins or skaters that you can use, including in-game music from Doom and some skins with like the boards, I think, hoverboard. I'm gonna throw to Soul. Did you ever get into Tony Hawk's Pro Skater? Because this is a remaster of 3 and 4. Were you big fans of them at all, or not really?
Look here, Panda.
No, I'm gonna go with a no then.
No, you know me so well. Look here, I never got into Tony Hawk. Period. Nobody in my neighborhood was riding a damn skateboard. That wasn't what anybody in my neighborhood during my time growing up was doing. We weren't doing all of that. You know what I mean? So there was no interest. But let me tell you what was dope. Dave, you'll feel me on this one. Skate or Die. That was dope.
That's a good game.
California Games. That was dope. So it's been that long. So chat, look it up. You'll see how old those games are. This is the last time I played a skating game, and those games were awesome. Tony Hawk is kind of like, I know who he is. I remember watching him come up. I mean, Tony has got to be in between his, 50 and 60s, right, Dave? Somewhere in there?
He's the GOAT, though, man.
He is the GOAT. I'm not knocking him. I just never got into the games. I mean, it's like a sports, for me, it's a sports game. I would rather watch them than play them.
Yeah.
So I'm not into 2K. I'm not into Madden. I'm not in it. I do like Fight Night. Now, Fight Night is a great purchase. And if you like those types of games, they're awesome. But I never got into Tony Hawk. I think this is great for those who are looking forward to, like, hey, this is coming back. I loved it. They have the update, everything. It looks good. They have some new features. This is awesome for those folks. For me, much as I'm going to watch as any trailers they have for it, won't download it. It's not even for Doom Guy. Not even for Doom Guy. But I do like what they're doing with that, because I think that's an opportunity, kind of like Fortnite, to throw in some characters. Yeah. If you really want to get people ready for whatever the newest game will be, saturate it with, Master Chief and all these other guys, whoever you want to just throw in there. I think that's a great thing to do. But Tony Hawk, I can't say I was excited one way or another, but I think it's a good thing for those who are kind of have a hankering for that game or for that series to come back. So I think it's dope, just not for me.
Fair point. Dave, what about you? Any? Were you excited for the announcement or just? Expecting.
Yeah, it's kind of been rumored a little bit and bounced around for a couple of weeks, and then finally got the good the confirmation. I've already did the pre-download and everything set to go for when it goes get fully released. So it'll be but just download, and once it's there, I'll click it on and I'll play. It's not a. Would I go out and spend money on it, buy it to play it? No, but if it's going to be there, yeah, I'm gonna check it out. So that's basically to me. That is the blessing and the amazing thing about Game Pass.
And the curse, my backlog.
Oh no,
Dave, Game Pass is ruining gaming.
Yeah,
it's no one buys games anymore.
Sales?
Dave. It's cannibalizing sales, Dave.
Not at
all.
How
dare you support that?
How wrong could you be? It's saving gaming as we know it today. Just saying. Game Pass, baby.
Yeah.
That's where it's at. That's the future of gaming. Come on. Welcome to the dark side.
Nero. What about you, Nero? Where are you standing on this?
Personally, I don't really care too much.
Fair enough.
I'm right in there with Dave and Soul. I'll check it out because it's in Game Pass, but I can't really pretend like I'm super excited for it. And then I'm seeing that they don't have the career mode that was in the original games. I hate when they remake and remaster games but leave out what was in the original game. It's kind of rumors of that's happening with Gears Collection as well. It's not going to have the multiplayer because they don't want to cannibalize it for the Gears E-Day. So I don't know, man. It's like if you're going to remaster, remake something, bring everything that was there. Just bring everything. Bring the career mode, bring the single player aspects and stuff like that. I'm not too familiar. I don't even know which Tony Hawk's games I played growing up, but I know I played some. I can't tell you the names and which specific ones was which, but it looked good. Looks like a decent upgrade, man, and it's trending in the PlayStation Store. It's always fun to open my PlayStation, go to the store, and see stuff like Ninja Gaiden. What else? It's another game that fucking Forza Horizon. Games that I get right in Game Pass. Trending for full price. Even Doom, man. I seen that $80 Doom. I said, man. Even the and then it's $100 for the early Forza thing. So it's a lot of money, man. Go ahead, rake it in, Xbox. I don't blame you guys one bit, man. I'm all for it, man. So but back.
They had their opportunity to get it on Game Pass. Now they can nickel and dime PlayStation the way PlayStation nickel and dimes them.
As they should,
consumer base, by the way.
Go ahead and make that moolah. Yeah, but shout out to the Tony Hawk fans out there. I just personally don't really care.
I played the original 2 games on, I feel like, was it the original 2? I played on the OG Xbox. And I loved it because I'd gone from playing like on the Nintendo 64 and playing the 1080 snowboarding game, and then went into Tony Hawk and loved it because it's one of those games where you can just jump in and jump out and you don't have to take it too seriously, and the controls are just very easy to deal with, and you just had a lot of fun in general. And so I do always have good memories of those. I never played 3 and 4, so I am going to look at picking it up through Game Pass and giving it a go. I don't anticipate that I'll spend a hell of a lot of time in that game because it'll be something where I just pick up, put down type, a little bit of lightheartedness there and fun. But I think it's fantastic that we are seeing more of their catalog coming. And it just gives the previous generation who haven't picked up this game a chance to experience it, and hopefully helps preserve it into the future for them. Because I don't think these games were through the backwards compatibility log. Maybe it was licensing or something. But hopefully that means that moving to the future, that there'll be this will continue around backwards compatibility and game preservation moving forward. Fingers crossed. And it's coming to Switch. Well done, Switch. Switch wouldn't, Nintendo wouldn't have got this. So awesome news. PS5 version of Forza Horizon 5 is still topping pre-order sales. We missed talking about this, I feel like, last week, across multiple countries worldwide. It looks like it's going to be a massive seller on the PS5 ecosystem. I know there's concerns over its price. Also, it's confirmed to be PS5 Pro enhanced. So there's ray tracing in game 30 FPS, and there'll be a 60 FPS mode, which is the preferred way to play a racing game, by the way. So have a look at the ray tracing, but I wouldn't play it in 30.
Now,
Um,
Panda,
yeah.
who's complaining about the price though?
People who are like, this is like a 5-year-old game. It's
What?
not, though. Like, I feel like it's like,
And
it
and
was.
it and it's
Yeah.
tons of content you're getting too.
Yeah. You're
Tons.
getting what? You're getting Hot Wheels DLC, right? In it?
Yeah.
Off
Yeah.
the gate, like out straight away. In there. So yeah.
I mean, if you really wanted to work, but you get it on Game Pass, you wouldn't have to work. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Nero, so you considering double dipping then?
Just not for full price. I would
Mhm.
say that Forza Motorsport Horizon has by far the best quality 30 FPS feeling
Yes.
games. Period. I spent a lot of my times in Forza Horizon and Forza Motorsport in the fidelity mode, and honestly, 9 times out of 10, I legit forgot I was in there until I went back and swapped. So I think the upgrades would be dope, man. I'm interested to see how that ray tracing look driving around Mexico at night on a rainy night, man. So I'll pick it up, just definitely not full price. It'll have to be a good, really good sale. But
What
I look at it like that. I mean, it's an amazing game. Like for me, I take the console war shit out of it. Like I love Forza. I love playground games. So
it
most
deserves
of
all
these
its
Xbox
accolades.
first party games, if I got the opportunity to double dip and support them, especially when I don't or didn't have to buy them on Xbox, hey, I see the feature, Bill. I see the vision. I see the vision. Um,
It's one of
Dual
those
sense features would be dope too.
yeah, it's one of those games that's definitely worth every penny, like
Definitely.
around what you spend on it, because like the amount of time you put into that game, and it's such a good arcade racer around that, and the open world side of it. Like you look at this game and you're like, Playground Games have done such a beautiful job delivering the Horizon experience of the Forza Motorsports. What they kind of did with the groundwork for that, and then we get this fantastic game. Forza Horizon 2 is still my favorite though. Number 2, that's set in like part of Europe. Um,
I'll
mm,
say this: I'm with Dave, man. If you're complaining about the price tag for Forza Horizon, respectfully, fuck you, dude. This game is worth, for one, it shouldn't be 60. It should be 70.
Yep.
This game is fucking fantastic. Um, I mean, it's hard nowadays to critique anything about Xbox without being called grifters and gloom and doomers and this, that, and the third. But I will say it don't sit right with me that Phil Spencer says that next gen mid fresh is not needed, but then you turn around and support the opposition's mid gen refresh. It may be little to some people, but I think the ray tracing will look really fucking good in that game, and I support it, man. I mean, I just feel like rake in that fucking money, dude. Like it's a great game. They deserve it. Like Playground, they deserve all the success
I
they can get.
I think they're
So I'm
gonna
all for it.
understand why a lot of the community was real pissed off that it didn't end up in a game of the year, like final contender on the year that it released, based on what was delivered then, for the year it came out. It's definitely worth everything that it got for its Metacritic. They have done a fantastic job, and it just gives them a little bit more time to polish up, I guess, what Forza Horizon 6 is going to look like. And so they can focus on delivering that while giving this out. I'm I'm just disappointed by around some of the discourse around that. People complaining about the price. People now it's come out, and I don't know how many people complaining about this, but the fact you have to have a Microsoft login to play it, I'm like, you
I
had to have
like
a
that.
Microsoft. Yeah,
Hmm. Exactly.
exactly. But you've already got a Microsoft account.
mean, don't you have to do that on Minecraft?
And Sea of Thieves.
I'm saying. So it's not like a extra step. It's already built into their system ecosystem, and it's not like it costs you anything.
Yeah.
They don't like Sony. You have to pay to have your cloud saves, where Microsoft doesn't.
Mm.
Oh yeah, I'm with you.
We'll be honest, Triad's like, people very much dislike making other accounts for some reason. It's the passwords and like remembering like what was my login detail for this?
Yeah.
Like one universal login would just be fantastic and you just use it everywhere. One day
But
we'll get there.
but I believe if it's like Sea of Thieves, I mean, it's like you sign in once
And
and
you're
it
done.
saves it because it remembers, and it's just every time, unless
Yeah, because
something
it links it to
dramatic
your
happens.
profile.
Like your like the store or whatever goes offline for a couple of days. Sony, what?
The Sly Crow, thoughts on Destin's video, NextGenNero Panda. I guess the panel. Are you talking about the one where he's talking about the ABK deal, his opinion around they haven't really delivered in the 2 years since they acquired them? Is that the one you're talking about, Crow? We've only really had COD, Diablo 4, and now Tony Hawk Skater 3 and 4 remastered. He is talking about that, yeah.
Yeah, licensing issues.
They might even have weird contract deals, like for when if PlayStation had any marketing rights at the time where it was like it wasn't allowed to come to Game Pass, so they're probably having to, like renegotiate or who knows. Because what some of the stuff that's been going on in the background. Dave, what are your thoughts on the comments around they haven't really delivered because they're sitting on so much IP and so many games that haven't been thrown into Game Pass from ABK. What are your thoughts on this?
I'm cool with it. I mean, we're getting stuff. It's not like it. I mean, I think if they threw it all at you at once, it would be too much. You talk about a backlog issue now. Can you imagine? I mean, and like I said, there's probably tons of different reasons, and maybe there's some things that they're kind of holding off until certain things happen, announcements are made, and events happen throughout the year. And not that I heard anything, but just saying, there's certain things that make more sense at certain times of the year than they do now.
Yeah.
And right now, I mean, Microsoft is finally at the point to where they're doing their thing with the first party games every quarter or more. So right now we know the first half of the year and with release dates, and we have the second half of the year to go. June Showcase is going to be absolute fire, and there'll be some more things that'll trickle out. And I'm sure, I agree with you. Hell yes, I would love to have all this stuff right away. I mean, big, and I'm a proponent that why don't we have some more tie-ins with like World of Warcraft and stuff. Having some kind of little gold bonus or mounts or something as part of Game Pass perks. You could do that easy. I mean, why not? I'm not talking about give the whole farm away, but little things like that to just make it. I mean, right now you can get like what is it? Candy Crush. Different coins and stuff for Candy Crush. You can get that with reward points. I'm just saying, but that's the kind of tie-ins that you need. I'm just saying.
Reese's comment there,
Oh, yeah?
Dave. He must be podcasting with the dual mic. Oh, because they couldn't hear Nero? That's what we're
Yeah,
laughing
Nero
at.
he went muted or something.
Can
Something
they hear me
happened.
now? How long have they not been able to hear me?
Man,
My
for a
bad.
minute.
Yeah.
Whoa. Well,
They're like, were
Yeah.
you
Because I would
muted?
never talk to
Sorry,
you,
sorry,
man. Sorry.
Dave. Sorry, Dave. We were just giggling at
you
Reese's
guys hear me
comment.
now? That's
Yes,
crazy.
Let
we
us
can
know
hear
if
you
you
now.
can hear him. We've been
Yeah.
able to hear him the whole time, by the way.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
the chat
chat.
couldn't hear him,
That's-
Dave.
Oh,
Yeah,
I,
chat
I
couldn't
couldn't
hear
hear
him.
him either. Because
No.
I
Yeah.
thought I was being rude. I'm sorry.
Oh no. You're good.
What happened? All right.
To
So
be
I'm
fair, I
wrong.
haven't talked for a while. That's why I was kind of. I was like, well, I've been quiet. I've been letting
I've
everybody get
been
their props off.
dominating.
Well,
As
there
usual.
you go. Yeah. And
But did
on
you
that
say you
note,
couldn't hear him
out,
either,
delivering
Dave?
great exclusive games for you that ship on platforms where Game Pass exists.
alrighty then.
Okay.
Exactly.
Tryhard said they can hear you now.
Alrighty.
So,
Anyway, sorry,
yeah.
Nero. I wasn't trying to walk over you. I didn't hear you.
Oh, I legit wasn't saying nothing, brother. Trust me.
All right.
He wasn't saying anything at the time. No, we just called it out. Like, it was like you weren't over talking to him, Dave, so you're fine. No, he left and joined back. Okay, they can hear you. We're good to go. Sorry, I kind of cut you off. What were you finishing off your thought there, Dave?
I have no fucking idea.
Yeah, that's the show theme today. I have no
And
fucking idea.
that's the theme of the show. That's the theme of the show.
As it
We're
is
back in 5,
every
folks.
week.
Hey,
Every
good morning.
You're still awake for this shit? I'm kidding.
Oh man, I don't know how many of these I've had, dude. I'm good to go.
Say,
Yeah.
I need one myself.
Is that Java Monster?
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. You know, see.
Like,
Oh,
what flavor is that? Like
Coffee.
coffee?
well,
infused?
this particular one is
So
the
caffeine with caffeine.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. What's the point without caffeine? I mean, fuck it. I mean, yes. This mean
Indeed.
being. Usually, I
Is it
drink
a nice flavor? I don't know. I don't drink
mocha.
energy drinks.
Mocha. I don't energy. This is like iced coffee.
Oh,
Basically, yeah.
well,
I love it. It's great. It's fantastic. Sorry.
Well, careful what you're doing because that was really like Bram Stoker vibes just then, Dave.
Well, thanks for having me. Fuck you. Anyway,
You're never going to live that down,
Of
Dave.
course
You're
not.
never going to live Bram Stoker down.
how can I?
Yeah,
Thanks, Panda.
exactly. I am not encouraging it, by the way.
No.
Totally.
Liar.
Have it in the chat, guys.
It's all good. Yeah. Light the board up. Here we go. Woohoo.
Oh,
Oh,
great
God.
show, guys. So, what are your thoughts on the ABK stuff? Yeah, just in out of hand, opinion and discussion opinion, and
You're breaking up. You're
Breaking up,
muted.
Panda.
oh, I am. It's the
It was,
Bram
it was
Right,
like
right.
really
Stoker.
garbled.
I'm being botted because I made those Bram Stoker comments. What are your thoughts, Soul, on the ABK opinion that Destin had?
Well, you know what? I think that they probably have a lot of legal hurdles. And so once they get past those, I think they'll be fine. I hope that we'll be fine. I'm like Nero, where Call of Duty is great. We know King was the play. Mobile. And for the move that they're doing with the alleged handheld and other things. Okay. But I'm just waiting for Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2 to drop. And then I will be perfectly fine with everything else. That's all that matters. I'm not a COD guy. Ultimate Alliance. Let's get into it. I'm ready to go. So that's what I want for them to drop. But there's a plethora of games that I think would do very well with a nice little remaster, a little touch-up or whatnot. And I also think those are great games that could go over to other platforms. Nintendo, Switch 2, PlayStation, of course, PC's going to be there. But hey, because at the end of the day, the more money that they rake in by going to Nintendo and PlayStation, guess what? Hopefully the price of Game Pass will stay level where it is. And you don't have to refer to CD keys and other platforms to lighten that load. You know what I mean? So, hey, I wish they would kind of hurry up. You know what I mean? But I think it's just a good talking point, or actually click. Okay, I don't want to call it clickbait, but damn it, it's always something. When I first kind of saw it and
Engagement
heard it,
farming?
and I'm thinking like, you know what? They're doing great. Everything is good. There's no rakes to step on, and here we go. We're just gonna throw something in. Nobody's even thinking about ABK right now. We're enjoying Avowed. We're looking at South of Midnight coming. We're thinking about all these other great games that they have, just
Cinemax
ready
deals.
to go. And all of a sudden, here we come with, Xbox is doing okay now, but what are they doing with ABK? Let's get into that. Microsoft and Xbox are fucking up again. So it's kind of like they never can catch a break, even when they're
Hit on it.
rolling. I mean, they're rolling right now, and I don't think people are ready for the onslaught of games and first party games that are coming. You know what I mean?
agree.
And so hopefully this is just one of those quick talking points. People will move on, but it would be nice if those things that Nero spoke of, Dave spoke of, and what I spoke of with the Ultimate Alliance, if they start to drop in, that would be really nice.
Yeah, Prototype would be great to come back. Singularity.
Yeah, there you go.
There's a lot. They're sitting on so much IP in that space.
Yeah,
I also think there's stuff happening in the background. We saw what they like when they
yeah,
acquired ZeniMax, and it takes a lot to take on such a big company and all the different studios and all the different moving parts. And so they got some harsh criticism off the back of Arcane and Redfall and such. And so I feel like it's really making sure that what they're doing in this space with ABK is done properly to avoid some of that harsh criticism and really take a look at what's happening in the ABK space with the studios, the games they're working on, including what IP they can look into, because they've got so much IP that they're sitting on. Previously might not have been able to do anything with the backwards compatibility space because of licensing and stuff, but now they have a lot of that license, so they can then maybe look at doing other things. So I think there's so many games at this current juncture. There's so many games coming in the future. They're going to have to drip feed them out in a way that doesn't overwhelm or take away from the games that they're wanting to really shine a light on. And there's plenty of games to add into Game Pass to bolster Game Pass as a great additional selling point. But you got to let new games shine as well. So I understand the criticism there, but I also think 100% it's not warranted at this point, Soul. Around like we're trucking along quite nicely, we've got all this positivity, and then bam, something has to come to just throw a little spanner in the status quo, and start a conversation that doesn't need to be had at this point, because there's no warning signs telling us that something's going wrong in the ABK field, that we should be looking at this and going, why aren't you releasing more games? Because we've got so many games. Xbox has so many games. They, like I said at the beginning of the show, they have more first-party games launching on PlayStation than PlayStation has of their own first-party launching on their console this year, current state. Just saying.
that part. Yep.
So I think we can hold off on the concern around what's happening with ABK at this point. There's no need for it.
Panda, but you know what concern I have right now, and I've been wanting to get
That
this
you
off my
aren't playing as a
chest.
sausage right now? I am concerned too, Sol.
Maybe later.
Sorry, guys. I can't be serious. I really can't.
It's okay. It's okay. No, I've been really wanting to get this off my chest. Where is my nice little neon outline around my whole little picture here? Everybody's got flashy neon shit. Mine isn't there this week. It's not there.
It's
On
on
my
like,
screen, it's not
it's
there.
go look at the live thing on Twitter. I mean,
You know what, Panda?
YouTube.
You know what?
It's showing live
okay.
on YouTube.
You give Dave all the perks.
I did.
You
Yeah.
give Dave all the perks.
Yeah, he did.
We want him to come back. We want Dave to have that open
Gave me some of that
invitation.
Microsoft money,
just
and I've gone
send
to the
him
dark
the
side.
link. I think we had Dave, let me tell you something.
Yes, sir.
I had to look twice at what you were doing. I didn't know what you were doing with your hands, my man.
Well, playing with that
Doing nothing.
sausage.
It's doing nothing.
Stop it. Behave. Sausages.
Let's go. I'm sorry.
You're good. Alrighty then.
Great show.
never
Great
gonna get
show so
invited
far.
back.
Fantastic show.
No, Dave, you coming back, baby.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, we love
We
you.
love
We
you.
love you.
All right, if I catch you.
All right. What is it? Sega is planning to release fewer new games in 2026, but plans to invest more in its Persona. Is that Persona? Wait, I'm trying to read that, Nero. Am I reading that right? I don't know. The show's a show.
Yeah,
Sonic Dragon Studios. Oh, Persona Studio?
you went out again on my end.
You're botting.
Nothing.
Robobot.
Yeah, Robobot.
Robobot.
Because I should be playing Split Fiction.
I'm trying to get you out of here. I was gonna
The
say
show's
forget
almost
these
done.
topics. Let's head on out of here. Let's rock and roll.
Are you talking about more on its personnel or Persona, like Atlas Studio? Sonic and Like a Dragon Studios. The plan is currently being formulated, but we expect the volume of new titles in full game to be lower than this fiscal year. So this came out of a Q&A via their earnings. Yeah. That's a quick thing. I don't really want to talk about much there other than...
Did you say Sonic?
Can you hear me?
Did you say Sonic?
I mentioned Sonic.
Did you?
Yeah.
Hey.
Sorry.
I did.
I
You
digress.
need Leroy Jenkins in there as well. You need Leroy Jenkins in there.
Doo-Doo Jenkins is what I need.
For
those who know,
Jenkins.
you know.
You know.
Yo,
Yes.
thank you, Eastside Vandal. RoboCop is $13 on Xbox right now, guys.
What a
please
bargain.
Go.
Get that. Don't let it go away. Get it.
Oh wow.
And RoboCop that's got the great Peter Weller actually doing the voice work.
Oh, he is.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh. Okay.
Have you not played the
Okay.
RoboCop Soul?
The newest one that they just dropped, what, like last year or so?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Get
it's
it
on
for
sale
that
for
price.
13.
It's worth
As soon
it.
as I get home.
It's worth it.
Definitely a good game. I'm enjoying it. I'm making sure that I'm getting as much gore as I can from my guns. I love exploding watermelon in a game like that. Beautiful.
Okay.
Dead or alive, punk. You're coming with me.
Yeah.
Please tell me they say that in the game.
Oh yeah. I'd buy that for $1.
Is that in the game too?
Of course.
Oh.
It's all good, baby. You're gonna love it.
Okay, that's
You're
what's
going to
up.
love it. It's like
Nostalgia
it's just
overload.
nostalgia overload. Like I love the RoboCop movies growing up. Yeah. And so had to pick this up. More layoffs, sadly, at PlayStation following live service cancellations, including staff who worked on Ben Studios' recently cancelled project. A source says the layoffs are more widespread than that. I think we're kind of anticipating that there were going to be a lot more layoffs anyway, based on the fuck up that was Concord and the $400 million L they took in that space. And they put too much eggs in one basket to hopefully ride them out of putting too much eggs in one basket. Are you surprised by this, Web Dave? Because I know we knew about some layoffs there, but we've had the company or the studio that is, I don't know. I don't think they're owned by PlayStation, are they? But they were the ones who did Until Dawn Remake.
Right.
They are basically gone.
Yep.
And I assume to hear an announcement any day that they're fully closed as a developer. But yeah, what are your thoughts on the news around these layoffs, Web Dave? It's disappointing. It's sad.
Well, yeah. I mean, hey, for anybody to lose a job, I lost my job last year, but for me, it was the best thing for me because I moved on to much greater pastures that I wouldn't have had the opportunity to do, or wouldn't have seen the opportunity if I hadn't, things hadn't worked out the way. Sometimes, life finds a way, as it were. But this some people hits hard, and it just works or doesn't work for you as to whether. But I mean. Yeah, I don't think this is it either. I think there's going to be even more. I mean, Sony is not the Sony of old. Sony has made a lot of bad decisions. No matter what the pony bots want to try and tell you that Xbox is dead, fuck you. Sony is hurting and on the ropes more than anybody else right now in the gaming industry, and they are in trouble. It's clearly all there is to it. Whether
They're trying to find savings where they can, any way to cut overhead.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things, and the whole thing back and forth about the about whether Neil Druckmann wanted this other game and if number 3 is coming out, and they just maybe not be able to afford number 3 right now. They have to focus on where they can make the most money. I mean, that one little clip, I love that one meme of where is Factions?
Factions.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's
Persona saying that, it gets me every time. We waited. You told us to wait.
Yep. And then there it's gone. So yeah. But like I said, and then what they have, Concord, huge loss. No matter what they say, you can't have that kind of loss. And then all these other studios that are like, oh well, this project is now canceled. This project is now canceled. Those projects have been in the works for a long time. So there's a lot of money that that's wasted going on to other projects. Hopefully they'll be able to recover and pivot and go from there. I mean, like I said, they're not going away. That's not going to happen. I mean, there's a possibility they may get bought out eventually. Who knows? Sony may want to sell out that division. You just never know. I know Apple's been in talks and in play, but you never know. You just never know. But yeah, so the controllers, yeah, exactly. Better get your Last of Us controller pretty soon before they sell out or no longer made. Anyway, but yeah, but even that one, I don't think it's very attractive. But but that's the thing. I guess last gen, everybody was talking about Xbox has a lot of controllers, not that many games. Well, it sure seems like the opposite now for PlayStation. Yes. A lot of controllers and not so many games. Even controllers for games that no longer available.
Yep. I agree.
Dave, you said it all, baby.
Okay.
You said it all.
There you go. That's my thoughts.
I mean, we even think about this. You've got Marathon from Bungie. That if the rumors are to be true around, there was some stuff leaked in the back end on Steam to do with some potential versions of the game or editions of the game. So there's possibly an announcement coming in April. Oh, yeah. The amount of money they spent on that studio, that developer, and then to retain the staff to work on the game that is the live service game like that, and then for the layoffs that they've been hit with, this does feel like Marathon really needs to hit and be a money maker and needs to be everywhere. Those who are calling out it needs to be an exclusive. It can't be on Xbox. I'm like, financially speaking,
can't do it.
You can't do it. You just can't do it. They need to put it everywhere, and it needs to do well. I have lots of faith in the ability for them to do a great shooting game around the feel of shooting game. I don't know. I haven't seen enough on Marathon. It didn't sell me on the original trailer, but that is one of these ones where you're like, I think they really hurt themselves on that $1 billion deal with Bungie.
Oh, yeah.
And it hasn't come back and really benefited them at this point. There's been no real return on investment with that acquisition.
Eastside Vandal in your chat says, where's Fair Games? That could be another one that we haven't heard or seen anything from it. So is it going to come out or is
announcement later this year? But I'm like, then you're cannibalizing your sales, right? For if Marathon announces this year and then Fair Games announces this year, you want to.
Can all that be up against GTA 6?
Yeah, GTA Online. They're going to do online.
Oh yeah.
And then Call of Duty's got to drop this year too, right?
Oh yeah. And then even like they didn't. Was it Intergalactic did not have the reaction that they were hoping for. So yeah, I mean,
I liked Intergalactic. Looked good.
I do too.
I like what they showed us.
Right, but then of course there's all that the people are trying to, and it may not be valid, but they're trying to tie in the woke stuff and saying it's this and that, and guys, you just gotta wake up and get that shit. If you want to if you want to
Well,
be
people
woke,
complained about Split Fiction being 2 female characters, and it was quite
Mm-hmm.
interesting because I
stupid.
listened to the developer there, and they were like, "We don't want this woke stuff." And the developer's like, "What are you talking about? The first game we did was 2 guys. The second game we did was 2 guys. The third game was a guy and a girl, and now the fourth game we're doing is 2 girls. Like, grow
Yeah,
up."
yeah. That
Yeah.
that is absolutely, you're right, childish and stupid, and not a point. And besides, women are hot.
Yeah, I mean, you're always behind them, so you're getting a view, right? So
Sorry.
I just Nero, you've been quiet. What are your thoughts on these on the more widespread layoffs than initially been announced so far? What are your thoughts on this,
I think
Nero?
we still dealing with the aftermath of Jim Ryan sabotaging the company from the inside.
Herman Hulst being
I hate to
fired.
see it because I love Sony Ben, and they got hit with some layoffs as well. So I'm really hoping this remaster gives Days Gone the success that I think it deserves, so they can greenlight a sequel. I think Sony just need to reevaluate their business decisions. I agree with Dave. You know, everybody want to focus on Xbox. Rightfully so. Xbox does deserve the occasional critiques here and there. I wouldn't go as far as crying like Destin and the rest of these guys do. Um, about shit when they probably didn't play the last 4 or 5 games to come in the Game Pass. So,
Exactly.
but it's sad to see, man. Whenever people lose their jobs, man. Like I said, I honestly, as an Xbox, as a PlayStation consumer now, I feel a lot more comfortable with Jim Ryan's silly ass being gone. Hopefully, they can figure it out. Get it together. I do like some of the things they're doing. I like that Xbox and because Xbox has been doing this well as well, working with AMD to bring features and stuff to feature hardware and stuff too. Sony's doing it too, but it just seems Sony's getting more highlight. Recently it seems like everywhere I look is like, yeah, PlayStation helping with FSR4 and Sony this that, and the third. But
It's off the
I
back
think
of
it's
the
good
Pro,
that
right? Because Xbox hasn't done any new far out hardware. Sorry, that's what I was after. So I think it's
yeah,
all off the
but
back of the
we,
Pro.
we know when they do though, man. It's gonna be real interesting to see, man. They always push that needle forward, man. So I trust to see what they got going on, man. But yeah, man, sucks to see. Uh, hey, they got to get it together, man. Find their identity, man, and just get back on track. If it's anybody that can do it, it's one of the big 3. I think if Nintendo stumble, they can get back on track. Xbox has stumbled multiple times and still, in my opinion, has gotten back on track and has improved. Recovering from the
Yeah.
Xbox One generation is a testament within itself. Even
Mm.
a documentary about the Red Ring, fighting all the shit like that. So all these companies go through moments like this, man. Positions change, different ideas, different mindsets, and outlooks on companies change, man. So
PlayStation's
it
doing
just
what it
sucks to see
needs
the
to do
layoffs.
to come out the other side
Exactly.
still intact. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
sometimes it sucks because the little guys get affected by that. Panda, like Jim Ryan and the higher ups make a bunch of boneheaded decisions, and now you got the people that never wanted to work on a fucking God of War MOBA game,
Who
dealing
the
with the
That was
repercussions.
such a dumb idea, having Blue Point doing a God of War like fucking live service game. Blue Point,
Yeah.
who did a fantastic job with Demon Souls remake, did a fantastic job. Oh, why can't I think of what it's called? With the little guy, Shadow of the
Shadow of
Colossus.
Colossus.
That's it. Did a fantastic job with Shadow of the Colossus, and then to get them delivering on this, I'm like, no, give them a chance to either remake something else or a new IP for them. They have shown you time and time again that they can deliver a well polished game.
Mhm.
Give them a chance. It's disappointing to see.
Yeah, but that's my takes, man. I hope those devs land on their feet. Hate to see it and hate to be the bearer of bad news. We're probably gonna see another round from Sony and probably Microsoft eventually this year. So I mean, it don't
I'm
surprise
gonna
me more.
I'm gonna be a little bit messy, but Blue Point is working on the next Horizon remaster for the PS6.
Jesus. That's fair, man.
That's their next game. Sorry, I'm being
Everybody
messy.
want to talk shit about Ubisoft until it's PlayStation Ubisoft games that don't get the same critiques and criticisms. I'm sorry, but every single main line protagonist in Assassin's Creed has way more intrigue and just aura about them than Aloy ever has. But that's just my opinion.
All right, we've got two more topics. What Hideki Kamiya? I'm bad with names, by the way. The guy who was working on Scalebound, he kind of put a tweet out and would love to work on Scalebound again. So hopefully Microsoft and Phil Spencer and him can work on something, because I think it would be fantastic news if Scalebound got another life. We know that a couple of years ago they kept the name intact. They made sure they paid for that. Soul, were you ever keen on Scalebound? Would you be keen to see this come back? It never actually released, but would you be excited to see if Scalebound does make a return?
You see my face, don't you?
That's a no. No, I'm kidding.
No.
I see your face. I'm kidding.
No. Okay, so I have a few tats. The tats that I have are of dragons, so I love dragons. If it's a dragon in it, you have my attention. When I saw it, I was like, okay, this could be interesting. And then it just kind of went the way of the dodo, right? I wouldn't mind seeing the game. If they're gonna go there, let's just go there and give us whatever he was planning, or revamp that and make something better, right?
Yeah.
But I think my thing with the whole issue is that they were taking money and putting it in places that had nothing to do with Scalebound.
Agreed.
So for that reason alone, I don't know if I could do business with somebody who screwed me over. And then basically we're like, it wasn't us, it was them. And then they finally came back and said, well, it wasn't all on Microsoft. We did have some issues, and so that's just a bad look. And I thought it was a bad look. And so every now and then he peeks his head up. Hey, Phil, you paying attention? Hey, buddy, we still good? Hey, guys, I would love to do another Scalebound. If that were the case, and Phil and team went by everything that was on social media, we'd have what the hell we want. We'd have Activision Blizzard games. We'd have all these different games if they just jumped at every single thing. Now, that is more of a business deal, but I just don't know if I could go
Get
back
behind
into
it.
business with
Yeah.
for that reason. Because I don't know if there's enough people who want that game for me to say, you know what, we're gonna do it. And if they do it, I think they should put them on a short leash. I'm talking about check-ins on check-ins on check-ins on check-ins on check-ins. I'm like serious. Like, you gotta
And
like, hey, can they put a lien? Can they put a lien on the company? Like, seriously. I just don't know if I could trust that guy.
is he still working for Platinum? He left Platinum, didn't he? Because
He left Platinum.
Yeah, it was Platinum Games, and we know that they've repaired that relationship because they worked with Platinum on the
With
Ninja
Ninja
Gaiden.
Gaiden, right?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So yeah, I think it's really interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
good call.
But, like I said, he wants to make that happen. And they believed in the vision once. I just don't know if I could go back. But hell, I run a classroom. I don't run a multi-billion, a game studio. What the hell do I know?
Yeah.
So you got to put your feelings aside, which I would be petty as hell, and I couldn't do it, unless we have a good conversation behind closed doors. And then we got to, the conversation is going to get real tough. And if he wants to make it happen with a short leash, then maybe we could do that.
There'll be
I
some
love that East
concessions
Side.
made. There will be some
Fool me
freaking
once,
concessions if they did. Yeah.
shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Yeah, they'd have to have concessions.
Yeah.
Or we're going to end up having some confessions like Usher. Something's going to happen. So I'm talking, man, look, let me tell you something.
Hey,
I'm getting heated.
You're real.
Because when
You're
that
real.
happened,
Yeah.
when I was like, man, Phil should be ready to move some furniture. I'm like serious. Like if I was to see that person, it'd have to be like on site. It's like, because he like muddied Microsoft's name, well, Xbox's name. He muddied Phil's name. Phil had to try to clean it up. This is during the step on a rake, step on a rake, step on a rake. Microsoft was
Xbox
just going
has
through a
no
whole bunch of
games.
just
Yep.
wow. They got controllers, and then you have that. So I just don't know. That's just the petty side of me, and I don't know if I could do it. But again,
Yeah.
that's why I do what I do and not what they do.
Yes. Yeah. Great point there, Soul. Dave, is there anything you want to add?
I mean, not really. You said everything.
Would you play a Scalebound game if they did redo Scalebound? Might not even be with the Sky, but would you play it? Because they still own the rights to the Scalebound name.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go. It's gone. It's
Hey,
done. It's
Dave,
not
it's
gonna
kind of
happen.
like this. If it's in Game Pass, I'd look at it.
Well, yeah. No, I mean, but I mean, let's be realistic. They got burned once.
They did.
They
did.
2 or 3 games that they worked on instead of working on the project they were supposed to be working on for a whole year, and that's why Phil was like, "Yeah, fuck it, cut them out, cut the plug."
Best thing he ever did.
And people are like, "Oh, but they're working with the company again now." Yeah, but that guy is no longer at that company. He's no longer running that studio, and that's one of the reasons why they're working with him again, because
why you
he's
guys
not
are
there.
Here, keeping it real, keeping it 100, telling us how it is.
Just
Love it.
my opinion, but opinions
Hey.
vary.
That opinion is like littered with facts. So, yeah. Nero, anything you want to add before we go into the rental service that is PlayStation?
I keep that shit. I'm with Dave, man. Hang it up, bro. That shit, it's over. That shit cooked. I don't want it. Don't waste no resources with it. I'd rather them resources go to a fucking new modern day Skyrim release at this point, man. Couldn't care less about Scalebound. I don't really think they could be trusted. Like I agree with Soul. Like there have to be some underlying, paperwork to be done. Like I'm not just giving you guys another chance, because it was really more so on them than they let Xbox and Microsoft down. So it's like they're not owed anything, man. Phil Spencer got bigger fish than fry, man. So that dev can say he want to work with Xbox all he want. It'll be cool. I mean, it'll be a dope story. I love a good comeback story. I love a cyberpunk story. I love a just redemption arc. So I mean, if that game could come back and live up to even half of what the expectations was, that'd be cool. I just feel like nowadays it's a waste of time. We got way more interesting games from Xbox themselves to be really caring about the past and dwelling on. That's my take.
Good. That's a good call out, Nero. That's a good call out. There's always going to be those people who are like the game that people were excited for, but sometimes it's better to just walk away.
Definitely.
And focus on the future.
I mean, look at Concord.
Mm-hmm.
Or focus
Defiant. Yep. The industry of coming and goes.
Ouch. Sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yep. Yeah. It's been a generation this year, right? I mean this year. This gen. It's been it's been a lot these last
not over with yet.
Yeah, it's not over with yet. No.
Wait till June.
All right. The grift that is PlayStation. I'm kidding. I'm trolling everybody. But PlayStation has opens the official PlayStation 5 rental service in the UK on PlayStation Direct. They're trialing it. It's gonna probably go out further from that. But basically, you're able to lease a PlayStation. So there's per month option for that, whether that is a disc version or a digital edition, and that's the base, that's the Pro, that's the PSVR or PS Portal if you want. So you pay per month and you get to access the console, and then you still have to pay for games and such afterwards. Now they have confirmed at this point on all I've read up on this that it's not a rent to own. It is just a rent to rent, and when you're done renting it, you give it back. But you can. So, Dave, with you being our guest this week, I want to start with you. What are your thoughts on this? Is this worth it or not? Yeah.
Well, I mean, I mean, they're getting, they do have a few returns, defective units that,
You ain't sounding positive yet, Dave.
and so, why not put those things back out, slap a coat of paint on them, send them out there, get some more money off of them, bleed everybody dry. Because if it's not rent to own, if it's not a purchase plan, what's the fucking point? I mean, go to Blockbuster or some shit like that. It's just, what in the world are they thinking? And it's not. There's no incentive to do this other than like, wow, I need a PlayStation. Your best bet would be to get an Xbox on their all access plan, because that's what I did. And it's like it comes with 2 years of Game Pass included in the price as you're buying the system. So you're buying the system and getting Game Pass for 2 years, and it's paid off. No interest.
And then you can trade in your console,
do whatever you want
towards money for the next console.
Correct.
That's and you don't get that option on this.
Yep. So that's
yeah.
So
that is some consumer friendly shit you're talking about right there, Dave.
Right back at you.
So
I mean, Panda,
go for it.
Do y'all have Rent-A-Center over there?
A rent-to-own type place?
Renaissance?
It's called Rent-A-Center.
Well, there's Rent-A-Center, there's Aaron's, there's all different kinds.
There's Aaron's, there's all types.
Places that you could like Blockbuster or Easy Buy or whatever, and or Video Easy, and you could like rent a console with some games and then hand it back for the weekend. Whatever.
Okay, so that's like a rental store type thing, like movies. I think he's talking about like, say for example, like there's places in America, which I'm sure there's places there, like if you needed a furniture or a refrigerator, but you didn't have the money to go buy one, you could buy it and pay monthly or weekly, every week, and if you don't make payments, they come and get it, or eventually, they. Sometimes
we've
they
got something like that
cheaper.
Yeah,
for a while.
I've never heard of them doing it with a console before, but go Soul.
But that's Aaron's, that's Rent-A-Center, and all these other places like that, right?
Yeah.
So when I saw this, I was thinking like, okay, there has to be a value somewhere outside of just I can't afford to go get it now, so let me do this, and hopefully it will be a little cheaper on the back end as we add everything up. I didn't even try to add it up to see if it was. Dave was looking like, nope, that shit ain't no cheaper. So. There's my answer for that.
It's not a bargain. It's not.
So Dave said pretty much everything. I just don't understand what made them say, let's go with this. Outside of people will do it solely on the popularity of the PlayStation name.
They need the money.
Because there is no value for anyone in this.
And when warehouse.
Exactly. This is the cabal of scalpers who have trying to get rid of their machines and get them out. No,
scalpers should be doing this, not PlayStation. They'll be like, we're going to rent it out, and if you don't pay for it, we're going to come and repo it back from you.
Yeah. No, this is
75 million shipped.
Yeah, I mean, you can do rent to own at the Rent-A-Center for consoles. You can do that now.
You can.
You sure can. Consoles, PCs, anything you can think of.
You can.
Lawnmowers. Crazy.
Anything you can think of.
Yep.
Sausages, it's all good,
Nero.
You might want to get those back.
Let me ask you this. We're going to continue talking about this anyway, but let me ask you this. Would you, if you didn't own and straight out buy your PlayStation, would you have thought this was a good deal?
No, and I actually want to walk back one of my takes on Twitter. So when I seen this, I thought this was rent to own. Yeah. And when it was rent to own, I thought this was going to be like one of the most genius things they could do, because leading up to GTA, being able to go get a PlayStation for $10-15 a month, purchase your Grand Theft Auto, I thought that would be really smart. But just straight up renting as if you're renting a home, that's by far the dumbest shit ever. I do not recommend any gamer do this. If money is that tight to the point you got to rent a console, just get an S, put your pride aside, or just thug it out with your PS4 until you're able to get a 5. You're not missing too much, depending on who you ask. So that is not a good deal. I would not stand by this. I wouldn't recommend this to a brother or sister, because I thought it was dope. I thought it was rent to own. I was even, because my little nephew wanted a PlayStation 5 to go with a Series S, and I was about to tell his mom. I was about to tell my sister, like, hey sis, you might want to look into this if it comes to the States, because I seen it was in the UK right now. But Yeah, if it's not rent to own, I don't get the point. I don't.
Yeah.
If it was like all access, if that was a program like
100%.
that,
Yeah, if
that
it was
would
like that, then yeah.
that would be smart for them to do.
I think I think like the only thing that I kind of understand the rental side of it with, but this is where you'd get it from like a local store or wherever where you live rather than the company doing it themselves, would be like the VR2, to try out the VR2. That's the only thing that I think makes sense in this equation. Other than that, what the fuck? Who thought this was a great idea? Like, who was sitting there around the table going, you know what? Let's do this.
Jim Ryan.
It is so stupid. Like, I was like, no, and I was reading it. I was like, no, it's got to be rent to buy. No rent to buy option. And then I was like, but then and they were talking about you can upgrade anytime. So obviously when the PS6 comes out, they'll be like, hey, you can upgrade that one. I'm like, fuck no, because the idea is rent to buy, like with the Xbox All Access side of things, where you like own it at the end of your 2 years. And you can continue subbing to Game Pass, but you own a console that you can then trade in later as money towards the next console if you want. And they might do Xbox All Access for the next gen as well. Like, this is the dumbest shit. And I think people are like, yeah, it's pro-consumer. And I'm like, no, it's not.
I mean, Panda, they don't even include any. There's no service included. Like with Microsoft, it was Game Pass. So you had hundreds and hundreds of games available right out of the gate on your console. You don't have to buy anything else. You could just enjoy that if that's all you wanted to. And if you wanted to rent a game, buy a game, whatever, it's there. But there's nothing with it.
It's nothing. Chat, what do you think of this? Let us know. Is this something, if you don't already have a PlayStation, would you ever do this option? This, the console's great. The PlayStation console's great. The company who's looking after the console has lost their fucking marbles.
They have.
Herman
Hey, but you know what? I hope when this alleged handheld that Microsoft is working on, that they offer the same program like they did for the Series S and X, because let me tell you,
it's not.
I will probably jump in with both feet.
It's not a legend. It
is happening.
Oh, dude. And
they are doing a handheld, man.
Because until I hear Phil say for sure it will come out.
GDC's coming up pretty soon. I think you're going to hear some things coming up in GDC. Just saying, some things.
I think there's definitely going to be a handheld. You look at the market, like we've got handhelds eating into Nintendo's share, like their market now as a result. Like people want the portability and some people, even though you can play it on your phone and so certain games and stuff, some people want the portability of that handheld option. The Series S was great around showing that they can deliver next gen on a smaller form factor, but also not just a smaller form factor at lower specs, and you still get the experience that you want out of that. And then putting that into a handheld, because we know they can. Such a good idea. And then for those who want the traditional console option, there will be the traditional console option. And then you've got everyone on PC and on Amazon Fire Stick and through their TVs and people playing it on their phones. So they're really going all out with this, and I'm so excited for a handheld. And it's not going to be the lackluster handheld that PlayStation delivered at launch when they delivered their PS Portal. That was stupid. They've made some improvements now. It's still not great.
I've got one. Garbage.
Hey, you can rent it. You can rent it. Jump on that bandwagon.
When you trade it in
the way I read it, though, then you can lease your PS5. I'm like, why would you lease out your own PS5 to other people? Like, it was the way it was worded. I was like,
wait, that's an idea. Because I'm just sitting there collecting dust now anyway.
Yeah, I'm just going to lease out my... Let's challenge the market and let's provide competition for this rental service. Scalpers could do it. Scalpers could do it easy. They're not getting any money or return on investment on their end. They could be doing this.
Stock rooms full of them.
Yeah.
Just saying.
That's fucking joke, man. Oh, sorry. This has been a great episode, everybody. Where you've seen the Feed the Panda up on screen. We're gonna head out. I know, Nero, you're hanging in, and really appreciate that because you've been unwell. You need to go get some sleep. But quickly, before we go, we're just gonna find out where everyone can find us. We're gonna start off with Web Dave. Where can people find you? I know you've got a show tomorrow.
I do. I'm nowhere. I'm not on any social media. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, I'm on YouTube.
I'm an illusion.
You can do at WebDave, or you can do at let's see, Outbreak Gamers. That's the at for the So there you go. I'm sure if you guys wanted to, you could drop the link in the chat. I don't have the ability to do that, but if you wanted to, there you go. Or it's a description, maybe. I don't know. If you want to, we can add it. I don't know, but yeah, that's me, Web Dave. Used to be the fat guy in the chair. Not so fat anymore. Still in the chair, but so yeah, guys, thank you so much for having me on. It's been an absolute blast. Nero, I hope you get feeling better soon. And
Thank you.
And guys, we're gonna have to have you on. Soul, we're gonna need to get you on the council, and Panda, we need to have you back, and Nero, we need to have you on, buddy. I mean, we were gonna have Nero on once, and then he got sick, and he just never worked back out. So, but we need to do that, man.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I'll be more than happy to come join.
There you go. And shout out to
football season over
bringing us
too,
all
so
together.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out Retry as well.
Yes.
No doubt.
I miss that guy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Nero, I'm mindful that you're unwell, so I'm just going to throw to you. Where can people avoid you?
Twitter, Blue Sky, Twitch, YouTube. So I'm about to start streaming to YouTube more. I just found out you can stream to YouTube from PlayStation. So something you can't do on Xbox, by the way. So it makes my job as a content creator just a tad bit easier because most of my supporters is on YouTube, not Twitch. I got about 40 subscribers, 50 subs on Twitch versus 1,000 on YouTube. So yeah, I think I know where I'm gonna focus my time and effort at. But NextGenNero on all platform, guys. Web Dave, man, it's been a pleasure, bro. Definitely look forward to coming on your show, man. My bad about last time. Soul Panda, it's great to be back, guys. Community, I love you guys, man. It's been really dope. Make sure y'all hit that like button. After this outro, I'm literally out though, guys. Like I'm literally heading on out, man.
I feel that's why I'm getting you out of the way now.
Sure. Much love, guys, and I'll be back next week. Y'all know how we do.
All right. Soul, the man with a beautiful gray beard.
Hey.
Where can people find you?
They can find me here, there, and everywhere. No, you can find me on. Yeah, I know. Well,
you can find him renting a PlayStation
or making sausages.
It's been a great show, guys.
Double fisting. Okay, so
keep your eye out, mister.
Oh my gosh, Dave, you're too much. No, you can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Blue Sky. You can find me here each Saturday, unless something crazy is going on. Thanks to the chat. You guys are great. Some great discourse going on. Some great discourse really was going on earlier. Panel, love you all. Panda, Nero, Dave, again, for those who missed it in the intro, I was just thanking Dave because, like I say, inadvertently, by popping into a community chat at the end of one of the shows. Quickly. Yeah. Web Dave from Abdel 114. Web Dave, leave the sausages to Bram Stroker. I've been stroking.
Sorry, Dave, continue, Soul.
It's all good, Dave.
Thanks,
man.
Panda.
You're not gonna get away from that.
No, never.
You're not gonna get away from that.
You're welcome.
You know what I mean? But no. Like I told Dave, he was very instrumental, whether he knew it or not, in getting me into this place by popping into the end of the show community chat that he and Retry would have so often, and jumped in once or twice. And next thing I know, there is not a phone call, but a message from Retry sitting in my DMs, and I'm like, oh, really? Okay, let's try it out. and the rest is history. So it's been great. I thank you dearly for that. Like I said, you may not have realized, but thank you very much. I definitely appreciate it
Well,
because this
you're
has
very talented,
become.
sir. You're doing a great job.
Hey, well, thank you, brother. I appreciate that because this has been something that I love to do, and when I get some things tightened up, I have some other goals and ambitions as well. So we'll see how that goes. With the help of Panda and Nero, they're gonna make these. I feel like Laverne and Shirley. They're gonna make all my dreams come true, and we're doing our way and our way, making our dreams come true for me and you. Okay, we're old, Dave. It's all good. Nobody else knew that. But
I
yeah,
definitely didn't. Yeah.
I knew that.
American
okay,
artist?
that way. Yeah, it was an old TV show.
Oh, okay.
Theme
Laverne and
song
Shirley.
from Laverne and Shirley.
Yeah, that was like the
I don't know if it ever
70s.
came to New Zealand, by the way.
Oh wow.
I don't know.
Okay, but yeah,
Google it.
but
Yeah,
Google it.
Google
it.
it.
Yeah,
All right.
laugh tracks are plenty. And what about you, Panda?
You can
Where can
find
we
me
find
in
you?
Split Fiction
Mm-hmm.
after the show. No, I'm going to quickly get a bite to eat and then I'm going to go play some Split Fiction, I think.
No doubt.
If Pete's online. You can find me on here. You can find me on Blue Sky. You can find me on X, Red Dead Panda. Like, that's me. That's who I am. And you can find me on Xbox. So if you ever want to jump in a party, play a video game, or just hang out, please feel free to add me. I'm just like I am on show as I am behind the scenes. Hectic as hell. Thank you, each and every one in our chat, whether you're watching it live, whether you're watching after the fact, whether you are on YouTube or X, or even watching on Twitch. We appreciate you each and every week. You show up, hit that like button, share this out, leave a comment, and go watch Web Dave's show tomorrow. Yeah, go watch Web Dave's
Oh
show.
no! What happened? What happened? Oh no! How terrible!
It's always a good
That's
show.
just awful! How terrible! Oh no! Oh no! What?
We're gonna head out. We're gonna play our outro. Everyone, have a great night. Be safe, and we'll see you next week. Bye.